Hello everybody, Ken here, and welcome back to Hades. Hope everyone's doing well today. This Wednesday afternoon's a little bit cooler here in the south. I know it's not cool for everyone, so if it's hot where you are, stay hydrated and all that good stuff. Normally we end the stream with that, but I'm starting with it today because it's important. Alright? Stay hydrated. Okay. Hopefully, we're all good. Didn't really check. But I imagine we're okay. So let's just get to it. Boof. Alright. Let's just get into it. Let's not waste any time. Okay. Spear. We're gonna do a spear.
Let's test the bond between us.
I guess we could do it like a Zagreus spear. I feel like this is just so underwhelming compared to the others.
Hades.
I'll do another Hades spear. Crank it up a little bit. Give it a shot. What do we want on the spear? Who knows? Who knows? What have we not maxed out? Demeter, Ares, and Poseidon. I feel like we're doing a lot of these three. And I don't love any of them that much. We'll see how we go. Hope everyone's keeping well. What do we got here? Convenience fee, extreme measures, middle management, underworld customs. That seems good to me.
On to business then.
How's everyone doing? What have you been up to? Been watching Wayne play Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, which is a cool game.
Nephew, why, the seas appear. They're just about as widely feared as your vast underworld down there. The water can be deadlier than bronze.
And then I ate some chicken jalfrezi, which was delicious.
Hey.
Okay. The old splashy dashy. There's a fish here. Look at this. I think we have to kill this enemy first. Well,
right,
make sure to grab this
catch
fish.
some fish.
Get off to a good start. Look at that. That's a quick one. All right.
A hellfish.
And we'll get on the move. Try and make these quickish. Oh, fish fingers. Omega 5. Wow. Yeah, really stepping it up. Way to get the fancy stuff.
First?
I had fish finger sandwich for lunch. I'm still rocking the fish finger sandwich on the regular. I think they're doing me well. I think it is helping a lot. I feel sharper, more ready to do stuff, more proactive than I have recently. And maybe that's just nicer weather. But who knows? Okay, Poseidon, our man, again. I do like the call. We'll grab the call. I would love to grab the boon that improves the call. Going all Poseidon today, apparently. Poseidon's a weird one because, like, I think the knockaway effect is cool and you can obviously slam people into walls, but oftentimes, like, knocking people away is kind of counterintuitive to actually hitting them again. So you have to be a little bit careful with it. I think it works better on some things than others. Obviously, we're going to be wanting to apply that Hades debuff. Okay, we could try another one of these. I think it went okay last time. We get like a bigger reward. I think we get a double reward from these if we do them, but we do have to do it without getting hit, which is kind of scary.
Just you try and hit me.
Okay, we did it.
All right,
We're still playing Overwatch. Oh, you did say you were going to play some Overwatch. How's the Overwatch going? I presume it's difficult to answer, but I hope the Overwatch is going well. 50 health, look at that, that's fantastic. These games are pretty good. They are a bit of a risk, but what's life without a little bit of a gamble? We don't have enough gold here to go in here, so we're just going to keep getting some darkness. Was bad, now okay. I suppose it's better than the reverse. You know, you have to choose. Probably better to go from bad to okay. We don't want to spin too much because remember our spin doesn't get buffed. Oh, bad. I do think the other attacks do, right? Makes foes take more attack and special damage. So not more cast damage, seemingly not more dash damage. Maybe we'll test that. Bombs are fucked again. Oh, good.
You and me, Sneak.
Oh, what's up with the are you playing with Frosty? Because if not, I was going to say if not, the comms would be the comms should be fine. All right, I need to pay attention to this guy because he will get in behind us. There we go.
Lord Poseidon, in the name of Hades.
Maybe so. Does one of you need to be streaming to get the comms to work? Maybe. Rip current, perfect. What a good boon, makes us call even stronger. What he's gonna do is chores for a couple of hours. You gotta get him done. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you don't want to leave him. I mean, some things you can't leave anyway. Like, you gotta. Otherwise, it just builds up and then it becomes unmanageable.
Poseidon sought you out already, hmm?
Okay. We're going for the upgrade here more than the nectar. The nectar's not super useful to us.
Nobody gets out of here.
It's always nice to get a
dead.
cheeky,
Then here we go.
cheeky bonus upgrade. Let's hope it doesn't go on something we're going to sell. But
Just a bit longer.
these go for a long time, I will say.
No.
There we go.
Blood and darkness.
They are a bit of a delay.
Which way?
Okay, let's get a double boon going. I will also note that yesterday I didn't actually say I would. Well, I didn't make a promise to be on Overwatch. I want to be very clear on that. I said I will join you guys if you're still going, but I won't be free until about 1. And that's kind of how it went. You know? Bit of wave pounding, for sure. Hi, Danny.
This is outrageous, Zagreus. Even your father would agree that
Like, you know, I didn't make an excuse for myself. I said, I'm not going to be free until 1 o'clock. If you're still playing, then I'll join in. But I honestly, I didn't expect people to be on at that point anyway. It was also very funny because
say such petty squabbles.
when
Better than this, Zagreus?
you finished at 1 and I wasn't ready. No, that's true. It was an estimate, you know. And it wasn't perfect. I said about 1. Doesn't mean it'll be on the. And in fact, I don't know if you were in Wayne's stream earlier, but I was saying in Wayne's stream earlier that day, which is weird. Weird that it came up. I said whenever I estimate how long I'll be, because I was talking to Frost about this. I was like, anytime we estimate how long we'll be, it's always an underestimate. It doesn't matter what I say. Like if I say I'll be 10 minutes, then I end up being like 15. If I say I'll be 15 minutes, then I end up being 20. It's just how it goes. I'm always overconfident in my ability to do stuff.
Why? Open yourself.
Nice.
Which, you know, and oftentimes I try to be, you know, conservative because I know it takes me a long
Got
time
use
to
the
do
fountain
stuff.
to get out of here.
But
I'm as healthy as can be, but cheers.
I still overestimate. You know, that's just how it goes.
Numbskulls.
You all should know this. You've played with me before. And it's definitely not only me that does it, so. You're always on time? Definitely.
The spear's due for a little maintenance.
And also, once I'm there, I'm there. You know? Is there a PowerPoint presentation? No, but there should have been. Well, actually there was, because you did it, but that was today. You did the PowerPoint, which I did enjoy. I don't like any of these that much. I'll take the extending jab, I guess.
Fear me with this spear. Delicious. Zesty.
All right, let's get this boss on the go.
Oh, great.
Red blood. Look at this awful piece of trash. Come here.
He's not so awful once you get.
But yeah, it was funny to me because you guys, was it Wayne finished? Oh, Connor and Danny finished streaming, and everyone was like, "Oh, someone needs to stream. You know, someone's got to stream." And in the end, you were like, "Well, Kyle and Frosty are going to stream Overwatch," and then everyone else ended up playing Overwatch. So you could have just played Overwatch and not bothered streaming. But for some reason you were very dead set on having someone stream. Like I feel like everyone was like, oh well someone should stream because we don't have time to do anything else. And then you will end up playing Overwatch anyway.
Really?
She's psyching up.
Try this. That's it. Please.
Okay, beautiful. I did not ask for a stream or offer to play Overwatch because I knew I wouldn't be available. And yet I get bullied for it yet again.
Next stop. Thanks for the tip.
We all got a bit of stream to watch. Oh, you did entertain me. That was the problem. That's why it took me so long to get my washing hung up. Because I was enjoying the stream. If you hadn't been streaming, I might have finished in time to come on and play with you. But I did enjoy it. I mean, it was very
Could
nice.
try a different one.
But, you know, maybe next time try not to be so entertaining and maybe you'll actually get to play with me. Gosh, I don't really know what I want here. I wouldn't actually mind throwing, I do like Ares on the
Should help.
special. Quite a nice one.
Should I take the trade?
Filling strength's good. I don't think it's like incredible.
Let's go up.
Yeah, Frosty and Carl were the two people who wanted the stream, and they were the ones. They were the ones who who actually initiated the stream.
This heat.
This is why I don't actually. This is why I don't ask for other streams because you know people stream so much anyway that I barely have time to keep up with stuff that's not streams. So I just don't ask for any other streams. Like, I'm always happy if anyone wants to stream anytime, you know, and I'm free. I'm always happy to tune in and watch because I enjoy it. But I'll never ask for additional ones just because I've got to make time for other stuff, you know.
Next.
I'm behind on all my podcasts. It's a rough time. I really enjoyed the food takes. They were mostly pretty good. We established basically that pickles are better than cake, which, you know, I like both of those things, but I think I can probably get behind that. I think cake, well, I mean, cake's better as a standalone thing, but I do like a pickle. A pickle's a nice complementary food. You want it with a sandwich or with a burger or something like that. You don't really want one on its own. It's okay on its own. We pickle cake. I don't know about pickle cake. Maybe that's too much. Oh, they're really going for it. Listen to
I know
that.
this one. Hey, you're singing in the blood after all, Orpheus. Thank you for taking my request.
Oh, we did ask him to sing it. That's true.
Oh, it is certainly my pleasure, Zagreus. This song of Eurydice's and mine, I've a connection to it, I suppose. Reminded.
I feel like these are all good, but like we could probably get away with nectaring here to get some good boons for our mains.
Thanks again.
Careful, hon.
I do quite enjoy a nice pickle, I will say. It does feel weird to call them pickles and not gherkins, for sure. But Americanization, you know. I'm more of a like a sour or a bitter pickle rather than a sweet one. I know that's a common conundrum for people. Yes, we did get them together. It was a few weeks ago now, I think. I feel like we're getting pretty good on some of these. We did Sisyphus's thing, and we're getting pretty deep into Achilles and Patroclus' relationship. So hopefully we'll be able to resolve their things some way in the relatively near future.
I know that you have many aspirations, my good kin. To be plain with you about my own motive for a moment, as long as you continue bringing swift and steady death, you shall have
Thanks very
my
much.
unyielding support.
It's just keep killing stuff. I love it. Well into it. Man, I want it on the special, really. It's okay on this, but I would love it on the special.
Let's see what else.
There we go. Prophecy foretold, huh? Oh, we must have just like a bit more to go. I'll take some Aphrodite. Aphrodite's always nice. A lovely lady, if you will. I remember this. We do get this. Yeah.
I can't. Megara.
Get away from him. Gotta go.
I don't normally go for this guy first, but we had a nice opportunity to take him out there. Makes our life a little bit easier, I think. Ah, you just don't stagger, huh? I guess that makes sense. You're a big head. You're like a mini boss. Okay.
Enough of them.
Dearest, I've known many gods and godlings through the ages, and I have to say, you're quite intriguing, even for our kind.
Any
Reroll
other
again.
boons for me?
There we go. An attack. There we go. We are out of rerolls though, which could be a problem, but we've got another one coming up here. Perfect. Perfect timing. Didn't plan that, but I'll certainly take it. Alright, I feel like we're in a decent spot now. We've got a couple of things going. Got a bit of attack, a bit of special. We can actually get the old privileged status on there, which is interesting. I guess we got the weak and we got the special, the doom. It's a bit difficult to apply, but we can get it up occasionally. Alright, next bounce is the one.
But
There we
this,
are.
just a
Perfect.
station.
Health or an upgrade? I guess an upgrade. Our health's okay. It's not amazing, to be honest, but we've got a bit of time to build it up. Want to make sure our damage is good. Our damage feels a little low at the moment, which it always does with some of these weapons. Okay. Clean this up. Okay, nice and simple. Work our way over here. Do the deed. I do love the rip current on the hull. Makes it way more potent than it already is. It's pretty strong to start with, but definitely gets even stronger when you got that rip current. Pull
Power
them
of
in.
the gods.
Increase the duration, kind of nice, kind of nice. It's only 0.1 of a second, which is not a great deal. Maybe we just take the bonus damage so we can hit people a little bit harder. It does suck them in as well, which is good. This is tough because this would be a good time to get health, but we do have a ton of money. So we can absolutely go to a shop. We didn't go to a shop at all in Tartarus, so loads of cash. Splash. Okay. We do get to buy
Thank you, mate.
a little something anyway. And do we take the jolted here or do we take the cast? Maybe we take the cast. We only have it on the dash, and it's the one where it's when you dash at the last second, which is less reliable. So the jolted's probably not quite as good as just having a more consistent cast damage. Okay, back to learning.
Lately, Lenny.
Always good to
Everything
see
is
him.
fine.
Rah. Okay, perfect. That really does go a long way, cast. Clean that up. Make sure we got our call. We want our call for the second stage, to be honest. I think that's probably the time to use it for the second stage of mini hydras. Going to give us a lot of invulnerability here. Okay, I think we're good. And there we are. Nice and simple. That's what we like to see. Lerny vanquished. Boom.
Till you reconstitute again.
Okay.
Let's see here.
What do we want now? Bit of Demeter. Just, I want to level these up. I want to finish leveling up these god ones more than anything, really. We do need to sell something as well. I think we'll probably sell the lightning
Reading
reflexes.
that.
Not unreasonable. Okay, this is all looking good. I feel like the 4 summons is okay. We have.
Closer.
I usually save them for the final area anyway, which is the 2 mini boss fights, and then Hades himself, if I remember to actually use it, but I keep forgetting to use it during that fight. We can't use that gate anyway. We're not high enough heat for it yet. So let's try and get a better hammer. something I have been missing since I've started eating the more fish finger sandwiches. I've not been having pickled onions. I went through a pickled onion phase a little while ago. And speaking of pickles, I do really like a pickled onion. That's something I didn't really get into as a child. Like I think, you know, as you get, people say as you get older, your taste buds dull a little bit, and so you become more acclimatized to more bitter things, which is why older people tend to like things like gin and pickled onion and stuff like that. And what we're establishing here, basically, is that Danny has the taste buds of a child, which is nothing to be ashamed of, you know. But exploding launcher, that's a fun one. Just boom, look at that. Probably not actually as good for Doom because we got the high base damage, but it still should work out pretty well. The Doom damage is what, like 80? Which is still, you know, this is a 50 base damage, so that's, you know, 160%, which is pretty high. Your taste buds are too advanced for everyone else. No, I'm saying they're more simple than everyone else. You know, they are. Or maybe you're a super taster. Have you ever looked into that? Maybe you're secretly a super taster. Which always sounds weird to me. Like I love strong flavors. I always kind of have done, even when I was a child. I mean, my dad was giving me Stilton and Branston pickle sandwiches when I was very young. So like I kind of grew up on very strong flavors. There's really no surprise that that's the kind of thing I tend to go for. Big gin fan. Do like a gin and tonic. I didn't like tonic water when I was younger. I still don't really like tonic water on its own that much, but gin and tonic I do enjoy. You know, the combination of them together, which is really what the gin was for, is to, you know, people had to drink the tonic water because it had the quinine in, and so they would put gin in it to make it more palatable. And it turns out it's a delicious combination. Can't go wrong. But yeah, you like what you like, you know. As long as you're eating food that's, you know, that you enjoy, that's the main thing, really. You know, like I say, it'd be boring if we all like the same stuff, right? And there's certainly a lot of great sweet foods. I still enjoy a good sweet food. I was lamenting earlier this morning that I didn't have any like biscuits. I fancied a biscuit with my coffee. I didn't have any, and that was very disappointing.
Should fetch me something.
Okay, bit of coin, add it to the list. We've got another shop. I guess we'll take the shop. We got loads of cash here. We can afford both of these. Sure, why not? Do we want to heal? Debatable.
Cheers,
Debatable. I would re-roll these. None of these are like this is okay, but it's quite slow. The dash I think is good. The quick recovery,
Hey, got
but
anything else?
Second wind. I do like second wind. I'll take second wind.
That's the stuff.
Dodge and move speed is very nice. Weak flick flow is more susceptible to damage. I'm always torn on what to take for this. Like between like this and like a different league. Like 10% is nice, but it's not that much of a bonus. 10% reduced damage all the time is pretty okay. It's not amazing either, to be honest, but we'll go with it.
Meg,
Look at this mess.
thank you for that.
Yeah, I did forget that we use it. I sometimes use it on this mini boss because it makes this mini boss so much more bearable. There we go.
This lady down
Nice and
there.
simple.
The frost-bitten horn which you bear once overflowed. It holds a certain power still, of course. But never again shall mortal kind take it for granted.
She's a real frosty one, our Demeter. You know, I mean that in every sense of the word, really. Frozen Touch is nice, actually. Honestly, completely chilling an enemy that attacks you makes it a lot more difficult for them to combo you or hit you multiple times. Do want to get a bit more health here. We're in Elysium now. We do want to bump our health up a little bit more than we have done so far. I don't want to overuse my special because we don't get the bonus if we're doing that. Oh, I love the suck in. It's so good. Just want to get the occasional toss off on the enemies, just to apply the doom. Yeah, the range you suck in from is incredible, to be honest. And there we go. Nice and clean. Ooh, a chaos. It's quite late to get a chaos, but definitely one we could consider. I do kind of want to see Patroclus though, because maybe we'll be able to do a bit more of his stuff if we go to see him. So maybe we'll do that rather than going to chaos. I'm not super dead set on seeing chaos this late in the run. Also, I don't really know what I'd want. Like, you know, you can get some nice bonus damage buffs and stuff, but I don't think there's anything that I would like immediately be enamored with.
That one's regenerating.
There we go.
I expected more from the Exalted.
61 gold, not that much, but we'll, every little helps, as they say.
You chose to die, not to live in peace. And all for what? Such a waste, all for your foolish pride, that you should care more to be remembered by those you shall never know than to be loved.
Interesting.
Forgive me, stranger, for, in retrospect, I was too terse after you told me what became of my Achilles. Tales of his climactic battle I had heard. The stuff about his ashes and my own. That was all.
Listen, he was certainly a reckless boy, but he did it all for you.
No need to even ask forgiveness, sir. Achilles is one of my closest friends, but he doesn't care to talk about himself, about those times. It must be very painful for the both of you.
Oh, we've all seen our share of pain by now. But knowing that he cared for me in the end, after the end, it dulls the feeling of it for a bit. As do these conversations, I guess.
Man, rough time.
Thank you,
But
sir.
it seems like we're getting somewhere. It seems like we're, you know, he's feeling a little bit better. Which is good to hear. The Elysium ones here, the Elysium trials can be a little bit tough here. We're going to definitely take
like this.
Demeter's first. It's a much easier one to deal with than
Well done, my little
Poseidon's. Or is there a much harder one to deal with? Ooh, I would take a rare crop now. It's not like, I would feel a little sad if it landed on some of these secondary things, but not too bad. We've still got plenty of time to, you know, we'll be a little bit weaker going into some of the next few fights, but that's fine. Epic rare crop I will always look to take. And it goes on the attack, the dash, and the call. Very nice. Okay. So those should hopefully be strong by the time we get into the latter areas. I think it's 3 rooms for every upgrade. I think they were 2 rares, and then we had an epic attack, which, you know, knocking that down does hurt a little bit, but listen, you gotta make sacrifices. It's fine. We'll get it back.
Sorry.
That was weird. Oh, it was Poseidon's. I didn't even see it. I got knocked back by Poseidon's thing. But with all my Poseidon stuff, I barely even noticed it was coming out. Okay, we managed it. A little bit dangerous. Those trials always are. Once you get to Elysium, the early one's not too bad. Let me off the hook. Very good. Okay, what do we got here? Ocean's Bounty is a nice one, honestly. I wouldn't mind picking that up just to get a few more bits of cash. We don't really super need them at this point, but they're always welcome. And I guess we go to the shop here. We'll only probably be able to buy one thing and maybe some health if he's got it. But I would take some health. Absolutely. Actually, no, we're good because I forgot about the Hydrolite, but this still works out okay. I didn't feel too strongly about another Hermes boon. We could have got more dashes. That would have been the one thing I would have gone in for. All right, this next one is the one. There we go. Perfect sea mare. Lovely. Add it to the collection. Okay, so we got 345, which is not enough to buy the boon and the health. I think we'll just take the health.
Here's the fee.
And we'll go see our heroes. Again, a little bit weak at the moment because we've got that rare crop growing, but we should be okay, I think. Hopefully. Fire it at Theseus first so that he doesn't... Fire the cast of Theseus when they're close together because that means that it lands on Asterius instead of on Theseus. You want it to latch into him, obviously. Big 600 damages each time we do that, which is lovely. Oh, he's down. Beautiful.
You and me, King.
You can just run there, like that's how, like his accuracy's not like nuts. If you're running to the side, you usually avoid it. It's a little bit safer to do the dash, but...
Goddess Athena, I need your aid now!
Of course, the invulnerability. There we go, we got him. Okay, wasn't too bad. You could definitely feel the slight lack of damage we had there, but it's pretty manageable nonetheless.
Hope you enjoyed the show, my good Shade.
Say hello to our good Shade, of course, and make our way into this house of sticks. Sure, I'll buy that. Why not? Okay, what do we want to lose here? I would quite happily lose different league. Out of all of these, sure. Like 10% is not that big of a deal. It's like a 10% extra health, which is okay, but it's not incredible. I actually kind of like the 10% damage reduction on the like 10% extra damage reduction on weak enemies, which is functionally the same, but I think just because it applies in that way, it's a little bit easier to keep track of. And also I think it stacks better than the two separate ones, because otherwise you're taking 10% off a lower damage number rather than an extra flat 10% off their damage. Okay, not a lot else we really need here. We could try and level something up. Myrmidon Bracer, the black shawl. The skull earring, of course. Not necessarily a very helpful one, but a welcome one. The pierced butterfly. I don't know if we're gonna... I like the idea of the pierced butterfly, but I feel like I just never end up using it because of the awkward ramifications of it.
That was Elysium. And check.
Like, I'm not... I'm a patient player, but I'm also someone that makes mistakes here and there all the time. Which is why I'm not as big of like a Mario guy. I was saying this, like, I'd rather play something like Celeste or Super Meat Boy, where they're harder, but you get to do a little section over and over again. Whereas Mario is easier, but you have to do a much longer section in one go without dying. And I actually find that harder because even if it's easy, I will mess up occasionally. But I can keep doing something until I get it right. I'll quite happily try and perfect a little section. Okay, we're up to rare now. We've got our first proc. Second one should come up pretty quickly in this. We have to go through pretty much at least like 8 to 10 rooms in this first area before we get to Hades, so it's very uncommon that we're not going to get all of our stuff. Oh no, Meg, that's terrible. I need you there. I really want to knock him into the, there we go, into those. We're just going to use another one here just to get everything cleaned up. We do only have one more Chthonic Companion summon.
A moment's rest.
So worth bearing that in mind. And there we go, we've procced up again. Our things are up to epic. So we only need 3 more rooms, and we should get those.
Right there.
Okay, a stone wall.
It's a stone wall.
Lovely. Cheeky double upgrade. Go for it. Alright. Oh, we're here. We've made it. We've made it up to heroic. And there we go. Beautiful. Let's have a look at our perfect timing as well. 116 on this, 56 on the Tidal Dash, which isn't upgraded, and then 570 on the Poseidon's Aid. Not actually incredible numbers still. I mean, I feel like this has been a fairly low upgrade build. This is why I think the upgrades are pretty good to get if you can. I wouldn't mind upgrading the special. That's a pretty big chunk of extra Doom damage. The Tidal Dash, though, I think that actually might be the way to go here, because we're dashing around a lot, and it's just a lot of additional damage that we're just going to do.
I can leave you explore more tunnels
as we work our way around. And let's do another upgrade here.
Useful.
And we'll bump our attack up to 150%. That's lovely. Well, this has worked out just fine.
Cerberus moves for no
Still definitely not a
make
set in stone victory, but I think we're in a good spot to take down our father.
See you, boy.
You never accept it as a guaranteed win, because that's when it goes wrong. When you're overconfident, that's when they get you. Could this be? I mean, it could. Any time could be the end of the streak. That's the thing you have to remember. I'm late, but I like pickles and cake, but not together.
Not one step farther
Yes,
past this
I'm
threshold,
with you,
boy.
Frosty. But yeah, much like Dark Souls, if you're certain that you've done it, that's when you don't. That's when you mess it up. You can never be too confident. See, look at that. We've already been hit twice, which is not a good start. That's good damage though. That's like 3,000 damage from that ult, and we dealt with the ad, which is good. No, I don't have the. I'm dashing too early to get those. You've moved on from that. Well, I don't know. It was the last thing that you said in chat, Danny. So clearly we haven't moved on that.
Your eyes deceive you, boy. Darkness.
Didn't really need to use that then. That was a bad timed one. I forgot about the invulnerability.
To attend me now.
This is a scary one actually. Like we don't have tons of damage. I think we can get through this first phase. We'll be okay, but. I saw that coming. Right, we left a thing up top, so I'm going to try and stay away from that.
Darkness. Right.
We'll keep our things to the end unless these guys are going to pop. No, we're okay.
You truly dare. I have something for you. Let's have it out then, boy.
That was very scary. Now we have to be real careful because of the big supercharger. Right, that one's also going to pop, so we need to be wary that that's going to come out. Man, I forgot I had this on, but it's okay because we've already used invulnerability. We can just slap him again, wetly slapping our dad in the face. The best way to finish.
They broke through every one of my defenses once
Beautiful.
again.
Is there a kind of cake that you could put a pickle with? I don't think so. I think the flavors are just not right for each other.
Win, boy.
And I guess, yeah, my other thing is, like, do people prefer a sweet pickle or a sour pickle? You know, like a dill.
By my father's name.
I definitely not a huge fan of the sweet pickle. I'll eat one, but not as big on them. Okay. Aspect of Hades. Take all these off. I think Exploding Launcher was actually the real good one there. And then I think probably Rare Crop, which is a weird one to put in there, but Rare Crop, Poseidon's Aid, and the Rip Current. That was really the thing. Okay, Danny's not having it. Look at that, we hit 40. Incredible.
Amid the wondrous, ever-springing garden of Persephone,
I don't consider myself a great player, but
supple-skinned and covered all in
I think I'm a careful player, you know?
A bit too small to see until it is
I
too
work
late.
within my limits as much as I can. About playing smart. I think it's the thing I say. It's the thing I say about a lot of games. The way I play Souls games as well, which is, you know, I'm always looking to learn the fight rather than get through the fight, which means that I very rarely beat things as quickly as some people do, but I also very rarely get stuck on things for a very long time. Like I usually make it through in a reasonable length of time. Like I have a process. My process means that I'm never the first to beat it because I'm not good enough to do that. But I'm usually like not the last to beat it because I'm playing within my limits and being smart about it.
See you next time you die, okay?
But we'll see how we go. Now we get to do some sweet chats. Some sweet chats. Some sweet chats.
Well, all right.
Okay.
How's my favorite boy
Pet the
doing,
dog.
Cerberus makes no attempt to move.
What do these shades have to say for themselves?
Course of Death Boulder. What a way to go.
Achilles, I uncovered a late passage in the Codex with regard to Thanatos and me. It says, you say, you think that I'm the god of blood? I'm not the god of anything, I think.
Oh, nonsense, lad. If you're a god, then you're the god of something, I'm sure. It's just an observation, and I genuinely hope it's no offense. But see, your father and your mother and your bloodstones and your disposition.
Thank you very much
I'm
to
not the god of anything, all right?
FF Fanatics for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well.
You know Achilles reasonably well, don't you, Dusa? Seems like he's always stuck there in that hole. At least you get to fly around. Sometimes I think he wishes he was someplace else.
Our lovely lad, no doubt.
There has to be a way to help him, Prince. He's been so
We're trying.
loyal to this house, and he has to be
We're
a
trying,
true
Dusa.
friend of everybody here. But he's the pity party type. He needs someone to get him out of this.
Maybe he does. Maybe you're right.
I think
Dusa.
you're right, Dusa. So we've got to do it for him. He's not gonna. He's too down in the doldrums to make it happen
Orpheus,
himself.
You know I've just been messing with you with those Dionysus tales and all that. Just trying to liven things up for us, mate.
Don't tell him that now.
Oh, Zagreus, there isn't need for such humility. Not when one's deeds of heroism are as great and numerous as yours. It is an honor to have heard such deeds firsthand.
I was kidding. Seriously.
Hey, look, there's no harm done, right? There's always a bit of embellishment in songs. You always make it sound a little bit fancier than it is. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
What can I do for you?
There you go.
What do you think of all the lounge decor there, Meg? Looking a little better these days. wouldn't
Anything
you
you'd
say?
like? I can put in an order.
You know, it isn't bad. Though I have heard the strangest thing. That you're responsible for all of this. I couldn't understand why you would even bother, honestly.
Well, it's a popular locale for off-duty underworld officers to take a load off between shifts, and so I figure least I could do is pitch in and make the place a little better than I left it, right?
How very selfless of you, Zagreus. Soon, doubtless, it'll be your portrait hanging.
I don't know. I don't know if that'll be, maybe that's the end game, is when we finally get our portrait on the wall.
Oh no, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Meg.
Oh, we can have a look at our new pot that we bought.
The dead have utterly no use for sustenance, although they try to feast upon it anyway, as though imagining the customs of the mortal life brings them some sense of peace.
Delicious.
I wish I did not know that. Here, you can have these, Chef.
4 fish. That's a big haul.
Totally worth it.
Okay, any good trades going on?
What's up for barter?
Ambrosia for 2 Titan Blood. I don't like that one. Not a fan of that one. Is our mum in the garden?
Done.
We haven't seen her for... Oh, Nyx.
Nyx, you're back.
Oh, of course,
So,
Chaos.
How did things with Chaos go? Please tell me it went well.
It did. It did go well, my child. I appreciated having had a chance to reconnect with my great ancestor. Thanks to your generosity. To both of us. We had to make up for a great deal of lost time.
That's good. See, look at... We're bringing together beings that haven't seen each other in thousands of years.
So what happens now? You're back on speaking terms, then does it mean Chaos will stop by for a visit soon? Something like that?
Chaos is comfortable in their realm. I may, however, visit every now and then, keep them apprised of what unfolds up here. Beyond that, Chaos knows better than to exert too much influence upon this realm. Beyond having already formulated it and everything.
Chaos is definitely one of my favorite people in this, I would say, or one of my favorite characters.
Well, take care of each other,
oh,
please.
there we go. Nyx. Yes.
Nyx, if you'll forgive me this transgression for a moment, I would like for you to have this vintage bottle of ambrosia, please. You can hand it off to Megara as contraband, but just in case, I wanted you to have it first.
Ah, a crystal bottle come all the way from the highest peaks of Mount Olympus to these depths within the earth. Your father always said he hated it.
Well, I've given some to Mum to share with him, so we'll see how it goes.
Though father does have questionable taste.
I accept this gift with gratitude. This is a delicacy I have not experienced myself. Perhaps I may yet save it for appropriate occasions still to come. Thank you, my child.
Nice. Perfect. You're very welcome. Guess Mum's just not around today. Maybe she's up. She might be up in the bedroom. I guess we haven't checked in the bedroom. Maybe she goes up there occasionally. No, all quiet up here. We could do this. We still need 1,000. Maybe once we get 1,000 darkness, we'll do that. I don't know if there's anything else to buy with darkness apart from the.
Guess Mother's off someplace.
Yeah, Mother is off someplace. Interestingly. Yeah, apart from this, which is 25,000, which I'm not going to worry about for now. We don't need to evoke the abyssal profundity of chaos quite yet. I wouldn't mind doing one of these, but I don't necessarily want to spend some of our key resources on it for now. Anything else we'd like to add? What about something in the bed chambers? Anything new? Could change our bed. I like our bed, but I feel like maybe it's time for a new bed.
Let's go with this.
It's done us very well.
I think I've outgrown my other bed. Not that there's been a lot of time for sleep of late.
You do not need another blasted bed.
We've had some great memories on that bed. We've made some great memories on that bed. But you know, sometimes you have to move on and try something a little bit different. Revolving prism sphere. Flex light in a vividly hypnotic pattern. Some of these things get very... Look at this, like 40, 45, 55, 60, 70, 790 gems. Just a sudden massive leap. We cover the seats.
Oh yes, more comfortable seating I shall never
Here we go.
I'd better not catch anybody sitting down on that.
See, that's much nicer. And maybe some olive seating as well. This is like a separate little...
Be a better look for the lounge seating.
Few other seats.
Green is perhaps last among the list
There we
of
go.
colors I would have selected.
Yeah, you're very into your reds, aren't you, Father? But listen, we looks fearsome without attacking on sight. So let's throw a sculpture up in the West Hall.
A hideous rendition of a grizzled skeleton seems suitable decor.
Look at that.
Fear into these worthless shades.
Imagine the shade just coming up the hallway here, and they just glance over and they just see this hooded skeleton.
The frightful countenance of a bleached,
Perfect.
bloodless warrior
I love it.
decorates the hall forevermore, eternally in tribute to the savage servants of the house's lord.
I could take him.
I could take him. I'm sure you could, Zagreus. I'm sure you could. Okay, well I think we're about done here. So let's get on with it.
I need to ask something of you.
Oh, Thanatos.
Thanatos, I'd ask you to come in, but you're already here. It's really good to see you.
Just tell me one thing, Zagreus. Did you really mean what you told me before, that maybe we ought to take our time?
Go to Thanatos? Either way, it will be okay. Let's go to Thanatos. We love Thanatos. He's a good lad.
I just don't mean to push you, Than. I know all this is kind of a lot, and I wanted you to know this isn't some impulsive thing for me. I'll wait for you however long it takes.
You have no concept of which impulses to act upon and which to keep in check. You say you'll wait? Well, let me ask you this. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm here. Already. Right?
Oh?
Than. I'm so glad. It's just, you know that Megara has been here too.
I've known Megara much longer than you. Who do you think talked me into this?
See? Meg's like, go on. It'll be a great time.
Huh,
Trust me.
Did she? That's good. That's good.
Fantastic. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Than. Look, speak up already. I don't like it when you're quiet for too long. What's on your mind?
I do like that photo they had, the front on photo, and that was very good.
A lot of things.
Yeah,
You
this
don't
one.
have
Look at
to
this.
like it, Zag.
Oh.
Or what I mean is, don't take my silence the wrong way, all right? I better get going, though. I'm way behind on work, but see you again, if that's all right.
Well, that was wonderful. That was lovely.
It is.
Slightly less kinky than when Meg came to visit, but hey. Right, let's change the bed covers. I think we need to after that. There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
With its
Thanatos is like, did you do this for me?
And death-themed embroidery.
Look,
the
I
new
know I'm all
bedding
about the
for
death thing,
Zagreus
but
is the envy of all those who wish to rest in peace.
Cheeky hydrate. Thank you very much, Frosty. Oh, yeah. That was a lovely
You
moment.
need to sell me on it, old man. Musical, right?
A little strum. This line is really good. It plays itself when you. Zag's so good at it now. He only has to give it a quick flick, and it's strumming all night.
A prophecy.
War God's Bloodlust. Slay 10,000 foes or more, then seek Ares. That's a lot of foes. I don't know how many we've done. Oh, we've done it. We've done 20,000. Right? 10,000 or more. Foe slain 20,000. Okay, well then we must just have to meet him again.
You could be hitting me right now, boyo.
Okay, well we still need to do the bow and the fists, but the fists have a bonus on them, so let's do that first. I was going to do the bow first because it's ranged, a little bit different, but given that the fists have this nice cheeky bonus on them, I guess we'll do that.
What I know.
And let's do a Demeter. I love a Demeter.
Looking good.
All right, here we go. I hope the Overwatch is going well, you Overwatchers. We'll be having the good games, as they say.
You've become a right accomplished vermin hunter, Zagreus. Maybe you'll get to use those skills against worthier creatures soon enough.
Everyone at home also, don't forget to hydrate. Because it's been warm of late, you know, it's summer. So like I say, it's a little bit cooler here in Essex these last couple of days, which is nice, but it has been pretty hot of late. You make sure you're hydrated. It's always good to stay hydrated. I feel like I didn't drink enough water yesterday. I was already kind of tired. So I was kind of out of it. Like yesterday evening. Because I was up till 4 AM the day before playing Final Fantasy 14 with Kyle and Martin. And then I didn't drink much water during the day. And it's just kind of, I don't know. Weird day. But today I got more rest. I was been drinking lots of water, keeping fresh. I feel better for it, which is good. I like having the crit on this. I know it's good just to get the flat damage, but the crit feels really nice because you get like 5 hits on the uppercut, so it's much more likely that you're going to hit a crit.
That you bear, young sprout. I once made ample
Oh
use
man,
of them myself, if you'll imagine it.
I'd love to watch Demeter with the fists. Ba, 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 ba.
Adequate for me, but you.
I mean, I guess these are hers, right? I guess these are the Demeter fists, so it makes sense. But I'd love to see her in action. That sounds like a great time. Frozen Touch again, a really solid perk. Solid defensive perk. You know, if you do get hit, completely chill your foe, makes it a lot harder for them to hit you again. Makes them a lot more vulnerable. And there we go.
Dark Thirst.
Notice so we do 61 damage with our standard and then 81 with our dash. Now the dash only hits once, the standard one hits twice. So the standard one does more damage as at a base, but because the Demeter fists hit multiple times, you actually get more damage out of doing this multiple damage, doing the dash uppercut, because you're getting more damage per hit, and that compensates for the fact that you do 1 less hit, when we're getting like 5 hits instead of 4. There we go, nice and clean.
Someone will like this.
I do like an upgrade, but let's get a nice early Chaos on the go. Oh, Ambrosia for Chaos.
Delicacy of Olympus, Master Chaos.
He won't care.
It's for you.
Well, they won't care, I guess.
Normally it would be
But,
difficult for the Olympians to get it to you here.
You make an even greater offering to me, knowing it shall produce no material result. You are aware that I am not persuadable.
Just a bit of funsies, right? It's just a token, it's a token gesture.
Although, of course, we do have each of these in great supply. Now then, respond.
I just think the act of giving isn't quite the same as an exchange. I know I won't be getting any sort of other talisman or something in return, but through these offerings, I can express my thanks. That's worth it by itself.
I see. So then the action is akin to theft. For you are getting something in return that I did not intend to give.
Yeah, we're secretly taking a lot from you.
My learning for your worth.
Damn it, he's done it again. Oh, they're too smart for us. Chaos is too smart for us. Thank you for the posture check. I was slouching a little bit, so that's appreciated.
My daughter, the goddess Nyx. When I learned the Olympians mistakenly assumed she was your mother, I did not fully consider the possibility that she essentially was a mother to you. The technicality of birth aside, she cares for you to the extent a mother can.
Okay, good stuff. I do like the extra dash strike damage, but this is good. We don't need to cast straight attack damage. That sounds pretty good to me. Chill, I do actually really like on the punches, and also like deflect. Both of these are good. We already have the frozen touch, so why don't we go for deflect? I don't want to cast. I was just about to use my cast, but I actually don't want to use it until the. Because of the damage. Like, it wouldn't hurt too much to take a little bit of damage, but it's interesting watching people who are more like practiced with the game play. A lot of them do just take the damage and use this skill anyway, because they know they'll get the health back. So you know, no real downside. Ken's nice second. Good to see you.
Your struggles have not gone unnoticed, cousin, so take heart. Eternity awaits you once you finally break free.
Okay, well, we've not got what we want here. Which is fine. Let's do a reroll, see if we can get on the attack. Right, still no attack. I guess we'll take Divine Dash then. I tried to get it on the attack, but no dice. So Divine Dash, always welcome. Always does a nice job.
How many now?
Even when you're not going for it, sometimes you get it anyway. Bit of unnecessary damage there. I love that.
What do we have here?
We'll do this Trove Trial though.
Wretches, take him
Our
now.
Chaos thing is still lasting for 2 more rooms, so we have to be careful of that. Okay. And Reaver is here as well. Hello, Reaver. Good to see you. Hope you're doing very well on this Wednesday. We're banging out the Hades as we do.
It's him, Baldy.
We've just had a lovely encounter with dear Thanatos, which was very nice.
I will have you know, Prince, that your visits here have become a very important part
Got
of
a little
my
bit closer to him. That's
What
nice to
routine
say,
is that
Sisyphus.
Exactly, sir.
Why, the routine of looking forward, of course. I try to appreciate the moment as much as anybody, but you know, it's always nice having something to look forward to. So, see you next time then.
You're welcome, Sisyphus. You're sore because manual labor with a bad back is effort, but you're happy enough. That's good to hear.
Good choice.
Thanks.
Baldy, anything to say? Oh. Fair enough. Very kind of you to say so. Why don't you take one of these?
Cheers, Baldy. Thank you for brightening my day or night.
Okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
Baldy is grateful.
2% damage reduction. Very nice.
You can do this.
I love that. It's like an interesting mechanic of like, it's not really, like it is beneficial, but it's not that beneficial. But Baldy believes in us. And that's nice. And we believe in Baldy too. That's more important than the actual bonus we get. It's Baldy's belief in us.
For safekeeping.
I'm starting to think Martin has some kind of bin fetish. Because he keeps telling people to recycle him. Which I refuse to do. Because despite his best assertions, he is a lovely man.
I'll take it.
Okay, and there goes our Chaos Boon. Extra 64% damage for Nintendo. Had the recycle, yeah. That was, yeah, to be fair, that would be fun to go in. Very cheeky, Reaver.
Here we are.
Nice gloves there, Zagreus. Think you can take me up close with those things? Well within striking distance of my whip.
Oh, that's all part of the fun, Megara.
Not wearing them for fashion's sake here, Meg. You won't mind if I give you my best shot with Malphon here, will you?
I'll give you the fists. You give me the whip.
If you didn't.
And we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll both have fun. Far be it for me to judge. The gods go up to consensually in their own time is perfectly up to them. Damn, wasted my cutter. That's no good. There we go. Beautiful.
Well, it's been lovely.
Today the fists came up on top. So delicious. Always fun. I always like the Fury fights. They're all very fun. You know, I mean, the initial boss fights, so they're not too challenging. Although I think the additional sisters coming in definitely makes it a little bit harder. But
should I take the train?
What do we lose here? I guess we lose Frozen Touch. It's good, but I don't love it. Divine Dash is a better thing to have. So we'll hold on to that for now. And I wanted the Athena, so let's try and get those Athena punches if we can.
Let's go up.
Time to get deep and wet. Always.
There.
Love it. Always here for that. Reminds me I should have a lot of drink. Oh yes. Oh, a fish.
Fishing time?
Speaking of. Deep and wet.
Come on out.
Crustacean.
A crustacean.
Lovely. We like to see. This should be the hydrate prompt. I mean, there's no getting deep with water. You do get wet for sure. You don't want to get too deep in the water because then you burn through it too quickly. I mean, I feel like when you're streaming, you want to work your way just slowly through the water. I feel like we got a little bit lucky with that hitting there, but
What do we have here?
What do we want here? I wouldn't mind having a spare reroll. Always good. You go too ham on the game. Yeah, you go too ham on the game in Liquid, you end up peeing all the time. Which, you know, I mean, that's fine. That's probably quite healthy. And he does have his fancy Japanese toilet that he's got to make the most of, so I respect that. But the thing is, as established, I do everything slowly. So when Fizzy goes to the toilet, it's a quick one and done. You know, when I have to go get a drink, go to the toilet, like, it takes me a few minutes. So I tend to only do it, like, around the midpoint of the stream, if that makes sense.
Better stock up. Oh, I'm just fine. Thank you for asking, mate.
We can afford to buy a thing.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
Regular attack. Don't feel too strongly about that, honestly. I'll re-roll this.
More options.
Sure, why not? Not an amazing boon, but an okay one.
Grant me strength.
And we'll upgrade our thing to 69%. Just savouring those moments.
Onward.
I'm definitely a slower savourer Okay, thank goodness we got Divine Dash here, because this, as established, always a little bit scary without it. We're not going to use the clutch on this one because we'll save it for someone else. There we go. Very nice.
Bye now, ladies.
Oh, still doesn't want to give us the attack, does it? Really doesn't want to give us the attack. Go on then.
Something else.
We'll take the exposed on the dash. When we dash into enemies, they'll take bonus backstab damage after that, which is nice because we kind of dash through enemies to punch them. So it works out okay. Also applies another status curse, which is obviously good for getting privilege status off. Of course, there you can have loads of stream sounds, but Twitch mobile, yeah, reasonable. I'm not a big stream sound person. I enjoy listening to them, but I don't tend to have them on my own. They are good fun. I enjoy Wayne's.
Now what?
We need a reroll because we've used both of ours. So we'll grab another one. Always good to have a reroll on hand if you can.
Bone rakers.
There we go. Okay, right. Get rid of the armor quickly so that we can clean them up. Now we've got a cutter to deal with the armor of another one if they show up. As soon as you get rid of that armor, they're a lot less dangerous. You need your attention drawing to shit. That's true, yeah. That's fair. I think Fizzy finds them very useful because, you know, because his chat's high up, you can't always look at it. So having the sound alert like gives people a way to say like, hey, you need to look at chat because something's awry with the stream. I solved that by having the chat in two places on either side of me. One right next to the main screen and one just down below me on my phone. So it makes it harder for me to ignore it because I will constantly see it flicking in the side of my screen, or in my peripheral vision, I guess.
How bad could it be?
I still miss stuff occasionally, but not too often. I try to keep on top where I can. I'm actually trying to get better about not reading everything in chat because I feel like, you know, or not reading everything, but not reading everything out loud. Because there are sometimes if people are just discussing stuff, you don't need to read it always out loud. Especially if people are having a conversation between themselves. You know.
You lived through all of that.
I will always read the chat if I don't actually say it out loud. And now that we have the chat on screen, I don't feel as obliged to. That was something I always wanted to read the chat before I responded to it because I didn't want people who were watching a VOD to, or people who couldn't look at the chat for whatever reason, to not know what was happening. But obviously now, with the chat on screen, it's a little bit easier for people to see what I'm talking about.
Why, hello, Lenny. What have you been up to since I last
Look at
destroyed a
those.
multitude of heads?
Trans rights learning. Okay. Nice and methodical. We've got our cutter for the third one. Around. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Damage. This was actually a little bit dangerous because the bonuses do come. Oh, these things come down instantly. Like they are just like hard damage things. So you got to be careful. You can't run under them like you can with some of the others. Beautiful. I always find it's a little difficult sometimes to hit those sweet spots on the uppercuts here. But I do my best to try and nail them. Sometimes you get I mean, also it's worth noting, obviously, we have Artemis, so we're getting crits. So it's not always, the damage isn't always going to be consistent. Because sometimes you get like 4 or 5 crits in a punch. And sometimes you won't get any. There we are. Beautiful. Boom.
Enjoy your magma bath. Ooh.
There we go. Wrecked indeed. Yeah, sorry, Kyle. I've not listened to any music on Spotify in the last 2 days. It happens sometimes. There's been a lot of streams happening. I've not had a lot of time. A lot of time to... Okay. Right, we do need to sell something here. We actually don't have a lot to sell, so we may have to sell Blinding Flash here. I don't think you can actually sell Nourished Soul because you get the healing from it, so I think it's one of those ones they won't actually let you sell. I could be wrong about that. So let's sell Blinding Flash, not the end of the world. We do need to try and pick up a few more boons here, a little bit low.
Clear.
Listen, I don't want to take Bugfax away from Kyle. Bugfax is Kyle's thing.
Nice and cool up here.
Shout out to Revelation in the chat. You don't even like bugs. That's not the... That's a turn. I don't believe that for 1 second. Oof. And there we go. Kill Wanye with the Prime Gaming subscription for 5 months. Incredible.
Again lately here, boss.
Thank you very much, Wayne. Welcome back to the tip team.
You've never seen anything like that with him.
Hope you enjoy the stream. Very much appreciated. Oh, Than. Than's smiling when he's thinking about us. Of course he is. We had a lovely time with Than. Faster attack. Sure. Purple faster attack. We have to be a little bit careful here because now we have to dash more frequently. Because if you run out, there is this downtime, and that's where the enemies will catch you. So you want to stay on the move so that you don't stop attacking. But yes, thank you very much for that Prime subscription. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I know you're a big Hades fan. You played much Hades recently, Wayne? I feel like yeah, I know you sometimes play it while you're watching the Hades stream. I feel like you've been so busy with other games. Maybe he's trying to get ahead in Yakuza. Because I know he's also playing Yakuza like a dragon, trying to stay ahead of me. Haha, sucker. Maybe he's learning how to play Guilty Gear. He was going to learn how to play Guilty Gear. So it could be that. You never know. Ah, big fists. Come on. We've got almost no perks on this one. It's wild. We get one more here though, which is nice.
I've many vitally important things to do besides lending my aid to you repeatedly, nephew. But all of that can wait. Family comes first.
Okay. Tempest. See, this is the thing. Like, I don't want to knock foes away because I have a rapid punch. I do like a hydraulic might. It is very nice. Very good in sticks, which is where sometimes your damage can feel a little bit lacking.
Come, heroes of Elysium, and vanquish the
Oh, it actually
intruder.
counts for this as well. That's interesting. See, we have the buff applied to us at the moment.
That's quite enough.
Okay.
Never enough of these back at the house.
I guess we'll go for another hammer. Do we actually do we have any hammers? We must have one by now.
Ah, yes.
I happen to be in the
I'm not
area.
sure if we do. Man!
Good, I'm not too late. Got here as quickly as I could.
Good to see you, hon.
Together, like last time. When we had
Aww. Adorable. Those of you who missed it, we had a lovely, intimate, romantic moment with Than just before this run started, actually. Which was very
Rest
nice.
in peace.
The place is crawling with these.
One less.
These guys have a lot of health. It's actually kind of difficult. Like, Than's doing pretty well with you. Luckily, the cutter gives us enough burst damage to take down a few enemies. Okay, that was a close one, though.
Chance did they have? You held your own, I guess.
Catch you later, Than.
Secrets of the Twin Fists.
Rush Kick. Your special becomes a flying kick that deals 40 base damage twice. I don't even know how that works with the Demeter. I love Breaching Cross so much, but we haven't taken this. We should take it.
Modified.
Look at that. I wonder if it's. I wonder how different the two are. I'm interested to see. We got the money for the shop here. We'll get both. Sure. And we might even buy the health, to be honest. We are a little bit low.
The boon for a boon.
Take a hunter's mark, sure.
Time to hunt.
And we'll top off on some health. You'd eat bugs quicker than... Wow. Strong words from Danny there. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not opposed to the idea of eating bugs, but I don't think I'd take it over pickles.
How thoughtful, Zagreus.
I'll take Demeter's aid, certainly. A solid call.
I understand you've made your choice, cousin, and I in turn.
Right, we need to try this special out while we can. You're going to pass on both. Totally fair. Each to their own.
Well, that's that.
Okay, so we did two hits there. What do we do? That's just a single, but it does 88. What does the standard do? Gosh, I've taken so much damage here because I'm trying to work out how this thing works.
Next. What's regenerating?
Eating bugs is nowhere than eating seafood. I mean, no, I guess not necessarily. I think the thing with bugs is that they're so small, really. And partly because they're so small, they tend to often be served whole, and that's a little bit weird. But you do that with some fish as well. Like whitebait, people tend to eat whole as well. You know?
We've better things to do, I think, than fight amongst ourselves over a matter such as this.
Okay. Still don't have an attack boon. I would really like an attack boon. I'll take the Holy Shield. It's good. It's a solid thing to have, and we can sell it if we need to. but it will protect us. Shrimp are just bugs of the sea. Sure, like the especially the little tiny shrimp. Yeah, I always think of like Australian shrimp, which are basically prawns. But
There. I caught one.
I would definitely eat seafood over bugs for sure. Because yeah, they're bigger, they're meatier. But I see where you're coming from. It's an interesting way of looking at it, certainly. Society thing? Possibly. I think certainly, yeah, like the not eating bugs thing. I think it really does depend on the bug as well, you know. Like when I think of bugs, I think of, for some reason when people say eating bugs, I just always think of gnats, which are like a very awkward thing to eat. Like unless you paste them all together because they're so small. You know, you can obviously get bigger bugs. You can get like a scorpion or but things that are a little bit bigger like that, I think are more appealing. They're crunchy. Yeah, I could see it being a texture thing as well. Like, I wonder, you could probably shell a bigger bug. Warmer climates means abundance of larger lads. Interesting, an interesting thought, for sure. I love a long knuckle. Big fan of long knuckle. Let's just get a little fistier from a longer range, which is nice. We have taken a lot of damage here. I do need to be careful. I don't want to lose a Death Defiance unnecessarily. We took so much damage on that one thing, like pretty unnecessarily, because I wanted to see how this thing worked. I wanted to do the numbers, run the numbers on it, to be honest. I don't love it. It's okay. It is more damage, and that's good. Because it does still get the Artemis effect, so... Plenty of places eat bugs amongst other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it really, you're not wrong that it's definitely a society thing. I think it just depends how they're prepared, to be honest. Like I think, like the smaller things you want to make into like a protein bar or something.
Olympus calls.
Personal preference. You've had roasted mealworms, yeah, something like that's okay. I think I'm with Frosty that I'm more of a, like I enjoy seafood. Like seafood's a bit bigger and a bit meatier. You're quite squicky with textures of food that was once living. That's fair. Yeah, I know. Like textures are a big thing for a lot of people, which I think is the same thing. Frosty's saying. I love a greatest reflex, a great perk, or a boon. Sorry. You don't like gristle? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Like gristle's one of the few things that really kind of squicks me out a little bit. So, I can understand that. That's very satisfying, I will say. Just the big flip kick. Just giving them the big flip kick. Transition to go vegetarian, yeah, reasonable. I think like I'm not vegetarian, but I quite often eat vegetarian food. I think I could quite happily. Like, I don't think I would find it too difficult to manage. Vegan's hard because you can't stop eating cheese. I think that gets a lot of people for sure. Man, we are low on health here. This is interesting. We may lose a Death Defiance in this fight. We'll see how we go. I thought I had a fish there, but I might have imagined it. Be a veggie, but you die as a vegan. Yeah,
gentlemen, I'm back.
I could probably do it. Like I could do it.
Except through us.
But I think it's definitely more difficult. You supplement vegetarian. Yeah, like I mean, I don't eat meat every day. Partly because it's expensive, and partly because like you don't need to really. Like, and I don't feel the need to. Like, I don't miss. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out by not having it every day or anything like that. And also just like, there's a lot of great vegetarian meals that you can cook that, you know, I want to have those. You don't need meat to have a good meal. When I was younger, I remember the first time my mum served like a meal that didn't have meat with it. I was kind of confused just because, you know, I was young and I was like, wait, which bit's the main bit? That was actually my concern. It wasn't that we didn't have meat. I was just like, which is the main bit of the meal? Like, what's the main thing? You know, that was a long time ago. You like meat substitutes? You have less textural problems with them? Yeah, I don't mind some of them. I really like seitan. I'm not big on corn. I don't mind corn, but I think the thing for me with corn is it's actually a bit awkward to cook with. Like it goes, the timing on it is quite precise between when it goes very soft. And so a lot of times, like I used to make a corn-based chili, but now I just make, now I'd rather like make, I make just a bean chili instead that just doesn't have any meat or meat substitutes. So it's just a little bit easier to do that well, and it's also delicious. Corn chicken is lovely. I've actually not tried their chicken. I know a lot of people are into their chicken. I do really like the seitan though. Seitan's really nice. Alright, we should be okay now. This isn't too bad, but we do need to be a little careful. Oh man, he's just getting hit immediately. Fake chicken is nailed by most comedies. Yeah, it seems like people are really good at fake chicken. I think it's like the slightly simpler texture of chicken, maybe. But I think texture is often the things that let substitutes down a little bit or make them a little bit more noticeable. Like flavor's a little bit easier to get. Love it. We can actually put Doom on with the deflect, which is fun.
Cower all you wish. My blessed spear shall find you anyway.
Stuff with breadcrumbs is often not gluten-free. Yeah, that can definitely be an issue. I think that definitely makes a lot of things more difficult. My mum has to avoid gluten, and it definitely makes some things more awkward. And there we go. That was a long one.
What a loudmouth. I'll just help myself.
We did lose a Death Defiance, sadly.
We got them, my good Shade.
It's a little bit worrying.
You Shades enjoy yourselves.
Delicious. Okay, we've got just enough for a kiss of sticks. Thankfully.
Any boons worth giving up?
I would consider selling Hydraulic Might. It's not the worst. I would definitely sell Swift Strike. I would definitely sell Holy Shield. It's probably worth the reroll here. Probably.
What about these? Feel cleaner already.
Alright. Feel okay about that. I might actually take the Charon here. I feel like we need a bit of a boost. Do we have any money? Okay, we have 162. which is enough to buy the God Gauge thing. And we can get more as we go. So let's make a little cash investment in this run.
In the bag.
And he likes a corn chicken nugget. Oh, seitan is entirely gluten, of course. Yeah. I didn't consider that. It's all wheat, isn't it? Yeah, I need to try more. I've had some other fake chicken that's not seitan, which is also good. But I think that's the one I was most impressed by out the gate. Come over here. There we go. Those big rats. You never tried seitan? I wouldn't say like it's like mind-blowingly good, but I was pretty impressed by it. You know. Because I was definitely like, yeah, this is nice. What's tofu like? Tofu's good. I mean, I feel like tofu's interesting because it's not really like it is something that is used in place of meat, but it's not really like a specific substitute for any one type of meat. I like tofu. I actually bought some. I've never really cooked. I've had tofu in foods I've eaten out, but I've not actually cooked with tofu. But I bought some silken tofu recently, which is the one that is has all the. It still has water in it, so it's very soft. I bought that because I wanted to make mochi, the little balls they have in. Well, mochi and dango. Mochi are the balls with usually ice cream in them, and then dango are the sticky sweet rice balls that they have in Monster Hunter.
That's going to work.
And they recommend it's made with rice, obviously with rice, but they recommend having. They recommend having some tofu like mixed into it because it gives it a bouncier texture. So I bought some tofu to try that out, but I haven't actually gotten around to doing it yet.
Victory.
It is good though. Tofu, like a tofu soup, is lovely. Really good. I mean, give it a shot, Danny. It's not super expensive. There's plenty of things you can whack tofu in. Like you can just use it straight out the packet usually. Just try it out. Get a fluffy tofu katsu curry in Cali. I feel like it's almost like a tongue twister. A fluffy tofu katsu curry in Cali. That does sound nice. And yeah, you can just throw it into the recipe pretty much as is, and it's good to go. So just give it a shot one day. It's a good sentence. A fluffy tofu katsu curry in Cali. I tell you what, Danny, tofu doesn't taste like pickles, I'll say that much. So at least you don't have that to worry about.
No problem.
Right, we need to get rid of this poison. I wanted to get that guy's health off, but we did it. It cost us a chunk of health though. Doesn't have a strong taste on its own, no. But it's okay. It's more what you put it with. But it's the same as chicken, really. You know, chicken's a fairly mild flavour. Like I like a nice baked chicken breast is is nice flavor. But really, like, generally, when you cook chicken, you know, you're seasoning it or you're putting it in something that has flavor to it, like you're putting it in a sauce that has flavor. We really should just get an attack boon. I really don't want Tempest Strike, though. Maybe we can buy an attack boon at the shop here. I would take more crit. Sure, why not? We've got the crit bonus.
Underworld, it seems quality hunting gear doesn't come cheap, apparently.
Good texture as well, so definitely give it a shot. You know, what have you got to lose? You don't like it? No harm done. Sure, we'll buy this. Why not? Go for an upgrade.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, our damage is so much higher already. That's really what we needed. Turns out, if you don't have an attack boon, you don't do a lot of damage. At least not on your attack.
No way.
That is my pro tip for the day. That's today's hot tip. If you don't have an attack boon, you don't do much attack damage. Alright, we do want to buy stuff out here because we have the
Show me, Charon.
the bonuses. We can afford both of these. We can't get the health if we do that, but hopefully we'll be able to get a heal up soon from the fountain. We've got another room here, which is not ideal, but
Zagreus.
oh, there's one in the middle. There's one in the middle. Get the one in the middle. Get away from this. A scary little room. These non-boss final rooms are actually like way scarier to me. I don't know what it is about them. It's just they throw a lot of enemies at you at once.
Don't do that.
There we go. All right, we made it.
Delicious.
Eventually.
Let's just
And
go
there's only the
down this
one
sinkhole.
poison extractor in there, which is a little bit scary. Give us some more health, I guess. Like the Artemis would be okay. We need to. I mean, we may end up picking up anyway at this rate, but it's decent. But I feel like just having more health is going to give us more survivability for the final fight. And let's cross our fingers that we actually get the bonus here. Or that we get the fountain in this room and we don't have to do a fifth one. I wouldn't mind doing a fifth one, but you know, I'd rather just get in with our bonuses that we have. There we go. So what do we actually have? We have damage from behind, extra damage with armor, which is good against the mobs. We lost the other one ran out,
So
the
it's just
God
about
Gauge one.
Whatever this stuff is.
Okay. And then we get a full heal, which is nice. Don't have strong drink, but we still got a lot out of it. We haven't actually seen Dionysus today. Or Zeus for that matter. I think that's just how it goes sometimes.
Vigilant Cerberus decides to look the other way this once.
Okay. Thank you very much, Cerberus. Good to see you as always.
Thank you, boy. Hate to keep you from your parchment work.
Come all this way again to fall to me. Would that you paid me such respects back at the house.
Alright, father, let's do this. This is an interesting setup. Like, we're not super strong, but we've got what we need. Especially with that attack boon, I think that's made us a lot safer. We got pretty good survivability. The five dashes makes us a lot safer, especially with Divine Dash. That makes it pretty easy to get out of trouble a lot of the time just by dashing. Just make sure, obviously, you want to make sure you're not attacking when you dash. If you're avoiding something, because you don't get as many iframes on the. You don't get nearly as many iframes. Like, you're basically completely invulnerable if you're doing this. But as soon as you start attacking on the dash, you're no longer protected. Divine Dash makes it a little easier for that to work, but throw out one of the pulls there just to get people done in.
With this, father.
So we took a bit of damage there. So we're doing okay. Again, the dashes come in really handy. Bonus armor damage, always nice. Might as well use this, to be honest. Look at the size of that Demeter. Absolutely blowing a gale in here. Also, I think we don't have Aphrodite, which is something I always usually try and pick up if I can. Because Aphrodite's weakness, like 30% less damage, is such a huge difference in the damage you take. But just being able to apply the weak to enemies makes a huge difference. And also, like, honestly, you know, we talk about Athena and especially Divine Dash as maybe like the go-to perk for new players. Like, it makes you so much safer, and it does. But I would say Aphrodite attacks are just so good. Like, I would hugely, like, they're the biggest straight damage number. Obviously, like, Artemis can get some big crits, but apart from that, Aphrodite has the biggest pure damage numbers. And also, everyone you hit has their damage reduced by 30%, and that's huge. That means you take so much less damage. It's easy not to notice that, because obviously you're just taking less damage. It's easy not to notice how much less damage you're taking. Also, I would say greatest reflex, the one that gives you more dashes, the strongest. Absolutely. Can't speak enough to how good just being able to dash forever. See how I just dashed through those attacks? Crunching the numbers. I mean, I feel like that's very light crunching the numbers of just like understanding what the boons do, you know? But you're not wrong. But that's the thing I like, you know. I feel like I was saying earlier, I don't think I'm amazing at Hades, but I play it within my limits, and I play it carefully, you know. And if you do that, you can make anything happen, I think. It's lurk time, because there's wrestling at 1 AM and you've not caught up. No worries. Enjoy the wrestling, Reaver.
I feel that you surpassed even his skin.
Thank you for hanging out. It's been a pleasure.
Fair.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, at some point the streak will end, but I feel like the fact that we've achieved this streak kind of speaks to, again, the way I play games, which is once I learn how to do a thing, you know, I tend to do it fairly consistently. I think it's the thing of like a lot of people, like in a game like Hades, I know a lot of people who really like one specific weapon because they learn how to use that weapon and they're really good at the weapon's attacks. But whereas I'm a player that doesn't really learn that so much as I learn like how the enemies fight. So I know how to avoid the enemies, and that means that it kind of doesn't matter what my weapon is like, because I can just outlast the enemies even with a weaker weapon, or a weapon I'm not as comfortable with. And it's not, you know, it's certainly not 100%. Like, there are weapons that are hard to do it with. Like, the sword is always hard to do it with, because you have to get in close and you have to swing, and that makes it, you know, that's dangerous. But we make it happen. Okay, long knuckle and rush kick, both okay. Greatest reflex, definitely very good. Let's throw swift strike on there, because we haven't normally used it. That looks okay. So much innuendo. I did not intend for there to be any innuendo in that, but for once, normally I do. Or I'm not going to say normally I do, but normally I'm aware of the innuendo. That time, if there was something there, I completely missed it.
Creatures are familiar to Zagreus, having fought countless satyrs and the like. But he discovers this time that not even satyrs possess the sheer, ferocious power of a startled mountain goat.
No. Ah. Goat's at it again. Did you miss me being a pope? Apparently I missed it as well, Frosty. Like I say, normally I'm aware of what I've said. Like I'm
back.
There's a part of my I've said this before, and I wouldn't necessarily call this perverted, but there is a part of my brain that is that just makes innuendos on its own time, and normally I notice that it's doing it, but at that time I completely missed it. So whatever I said, I'll have to check the VOD, because clearly there was something there that I missed.
Bye, Hypnos. Megara and her sisters ganged up on me that time. I didn't think anyone could talk her into working with Alecto and Tisiphone again, or even be in the same chamber.
Lewd.
I can be quite persuasive under certain circumstances, boy. Though my advice to you, not that you'll take it, is not to discuss the matter openly. Megara is a professional, but she has made her feelings on the matter clear.
Didn't think things could get any more awkward with her. More pets? More pets.
Aww.
Each savage maw of Cerberus salivates in anticipation of the next time to feed.
Delightful. I even talk about Five Guys burgers without being accused of lewdness. I mean, that I feel like they did that to themselves. There's not much you can do about that. It's very difficult to talk about Five Guys burgers without being accused of lewdness. Which maybe that was part of their intended marketing. I don't know.
I have to tell you something, lad. When Thanatos returned to seek you out, I was very concerned. Not just for you either. But you've since patched things up.
I think so. I hope so. It was complicated for a while there, but I think things are clearer for us now. Not just in the moment, but in retrospect. I'm not making any sense.
We've sorted things out. Look at that.
Oh, on the contrary, I think I know exactly what you mean. I don't know Thanatos particularly well. It wasn't he who brought me here, you see. And he was always very busy.
Oh, interesting.
Like your father. But he always struck me as a decent sort.
Yeah, Than's a lovely lad.
He is.
He's got a weird job, but you know, someone's got to do it, I suppose.
Went all the way again, huh?
It's a bigger travesty that Frosty's not had Five Guys and the Pickles Market. Danny, are you saying that if Frosty and I had been to Five Guys, we would suddenly not like pickles any? Is that the secret? Did you have pickles at Five Guys and they were terrible? Maybe Five Guys have really bad pickles. And Danny tried one and he's like, these are disgusting.
Than, you don't hold a grudge against old Sisyphus, do you? He seems rather apprehensive about you. I understand you met not on the best of terms.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things as well. I think it's one of those things where when some people are really effusive about how good something is, other people are immediately like, oh no, it's not all that, it's overrated. Now, anyone ever eats a pickle and thinks this is amazing, I'll never know. You put it in your mouth and you just go, yeah, it's a little crunchy on the outside, soft and juicy on the inside. It's got that little vinegary bitterness, a little hint of dill. Oh, Mwah. Who doesn't like munching on Five Guys pickles? Says Revelation. And you know what? Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right.
He is a brazen one, I have to give him that. I hadn't realized that you were close. Despite some questionable choices on your part, I don't think you're the poorest judge of character. And so, maybe I have him wrong.
Yeah, Sisyphus is alright. I don't know.
I only have a faint impression of the man he used to be, although it seems he's changed a lot since then. Thank you for understanding anyway.
Yeah, I did like that you called him Mr. Pickles. I also like that you saw Mr. Biscuits and were like, oh, incredible, he's called Mr. Biscuits. And that was a long time after. Yes, Frosty's right. The key to the pickle is not soft. The pickle is crunchy with a soft inside, right? That's the key. Like if the whole pickle is soft, you don't want it. You don't want it. But there is that soft, juicy flesh on the inside, which is good. But it's got to be you want a firm pickle. You know, that's important. Oh hey, look, everyone's in here. Look at this.
Meg, you know what's going on with Than and me, don't you? I just want things to be out in the open between us.
Than said it was Meg's idea, so hey.
Oh, I know everything about you, Zag. And Thanatos may be even better. Though I appreciate you telling me. It's fine.
See? It's all good. We got a good thing going on here with our buds.
It's fine. I mean, upon Olympus, jealousy runs rampant, as I'm told, but here it's not even an issue then.
It's much cooler in the House of Hades. They're much chiller than Olympus.
If you prefer the way they do things on Olympus, then I think you know the way. As for me, dealing with jealousy is what I do. Tell me, should I feel threatened by Thanatos?
Not at all, Meg.
No, he thinks so highly of you. He'd never wish
You
to
two
cause you any harm.
you two can occupy very separate places in my heart. You know?
And I
This is
feel
all good.
much the same. He and I were not the same to you. I think we both see that and understand.
There you go,
You're
see?
second guessing me, all right?
I will.
Than's the gentle lover, and Meg is Meg's the kinky mistress. You know, sometimes you need both in your life.
I just don't know how I can ever repay you for raising him.
Aww,
For
that's very
everything.
sweet.
After I left, besides old Cerberus, I think maybe I missed you most of all.
I can remember feeling similar emotions at the time. However, it is quite unnecessary to give thanks to me this way. You are the queen, safely returned where you belong. I did what anybody would have in my place.
Anybody would have lovingly raised my estranged son while keeping safe my secret, eventually orchestrating an elaborate plot to reunite him with me, so that I might someday return to have a nectar with them in the lounge.
Precisely. Yes.
Exactly. Nyx is great. Is Meg considered a demon or a fury? She's a kinky mistress. Yeah, I don't know that she's. I don't think she's considered a demon. I don't know what necessarily is considered a demon. But
Much obliged.
yeah, she's a fury, right? That's the thing. Like her and her sisters are the Furies. They're the Fates.
I've come for questionable deals.
Titan blood for 15. You know, that's not the worst idea, and we still have enough left to buy a title, which I think we'll do. Because why not? Hey, Adusa.
Zacharias, I wanted to talk some more if you're available. I mean, if you're free. I mean, if you have time to right now.
I've always got time to talk to you, Adusa. It's fine.
Of course, do, sir. Where should we chat? The lounge, or maybe somewhere more private?
Somewhere more private, please, if that's okay. Thank you.
Sure, let's go somewhere. No, it hasn't changed. Sorry, Frosty. I said that earlier.
Zacharias, so ever since you told me you had feelings for me, it's been like my whole mind is on fire. I haven't been able to think straight or get anything done. It's happened so much.
I will say I do like that song a lot, but I haven't listened. I just haven't listened to anything since Monday. But I could have listened to it multiple times. It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
I'm sorry, Dusa. I put a lot on you, and maybe I shouldn't have, since I'm the prince and everything, as you point out, and sometimes I forget myself. I'd never pressure you, it's just I thought you had these feelings for me too.
I love Dusa, but you know, I want to see where she stands. I don't want to push her into anything.
I do have feelings for you, Sully. That's what I've been trying to tell you. It's just
what? Whatever it is, it's okay. You can be yourself with me, Deuce, I promise.
Whatever you need, Deuce. We're here for you. I like her little tongue. You don't really see it on her profile, but on the little bouncing, I don't know how well that comes across on the stream, but her head, as she bounces, her tongue's like, I'm
glad you put it that way. I'm not looking for an intimate relationship. You're the kindest soul in this whole house, and I have learned so much from you, but when I really think about my feelings, I'm just not attracted to you in that way. I'm sorry. You're a really nice guy.
That's okay, mate. That's okay, Dusa. That's fine. You know, we can be besties in whatever way suits you. That's just fine.
Oh, look, there's nothing to apologize for. Not at all. In fact, all this is a relief. I've learned a lot from you too, and I cherish our friendship for what it is. Do you think that we could still be friends? Or is it better that you didn't see me anymore?
Don't say that! Though, I was going to ask you the same thing. I'd really like it if you'd be my friend. Though, my career comes first, so I don't want you doing any special favors. Promise me? I need to see how far I can get on my own.
Absolutely, Dusa. Anything for you. You know that.
That so much, and yes, I promise, Dusa.
Friends for all eternity.
So, well then, friends for all eternity?
Adorable.
Yes, friends for all eternity. Now, I had better go. See you, okay?
What a story. Hello, Raiders. Hi, Scruffles Bear. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope you're all doing very well. I did see you come in, but I didn't want to spoil that moment with Dusa. You know, it's we had a nice little heart-to-heart with Dusa there, so I didn't want to interrupt it. I'm sure you appreciate that. Everyone, please do go check out Scruffles Bear playing Alt F4. How was Alt F4 a very interesting, a very potentially frustrating game, I guess I would say. I watched Fizzy Juice play it a fair bunch, and it's very entertaining to watch, but seems like it could be a tough one. Did Dusa reject us romantically? I mean, not really. She said that she loves us, but she doesn't want an intimate relationship, which I think is fair. You know, that's fine. You know, sometimes you care for someone a lot, but you're not looking for like a physical relationship or anything like that. You know, you just want to be besties forever, and that's fine. You know, and I'm very happy to be besties forever with Dusa.
That's one prophecy out of the way.
And we finished a prophecy as well, which is fantastic. Got a good back into it. We'll have to go back and finish it. Yeah, Fizzy seemed to get really into it. I've not actually tried it myself. It reminds me a lot of doing the platforming challenges in Final Fantasy XIV, but maybe a little bit more generous with the controls. But it's definitely a fun game to watch. All right. Anything else to do in the house before we head out again? I feel like we're making good progress. I think we must be getting fairly close to finishing up the Queen's plan,
the Master
which I would like to do. But yeah, we've been loving Hades. We're a good way into it now. I think we're getting pretty close to getting what I wanted done, which is, I think once we get to the quote unquote second ending, I think that's probably where we're going to move on to another game. You know, I could play Hades forever, but you know, I don't want to. I think once we get past all the narrative stuff, there's less to do. Yeah, 70 more runs, maybe so. I think Kenneth Die Second said he finished it, or he got the second ending around sort of the 80 to 90 mark, I think. So we're not too far off, but a little way to go, certainly. Okay, well we're on for the bow. Which bow are we using actually? I guess we should use a different bow than last time.
Let me see you now for what you truly are.
Do a Hera bow, do a Chiron bow. We haven't done Chiron in a while. Let's give Chiron a go.
Correct. Awaken.
All kind of potential options here. Maybe a nice Artemis. Well, I mean, we saw that was. I think that's the that is the canonical end of the thing. That is the. I believe that's the end of the thing. I don't think there's any. There's no variety
Nobody
to
gets
the.
out of here, boy. Whether alive
things.
or dead.
Like you don't like. She's not looking
You
for.
think I jest? You think I haven't tried?
That's why she says she's not looking for a physical relationship.
No harm
You know,
in giving it another shot.
she just wants to be. You know. She loves us, but not in a.
You've never even seen the woods.
Not in a way where she wants to be with us
Hope you do
physically, if
someday.
you will.
You could meet Callisto and the others.
She's not
It's
looking.
quite beautiful and green and
She's not looking for some
calm.
head, if you will.
Anyway.
She's just looking to hang out and have a cool time. Oh man, I want it on the secondary, not on the primary.
How about some other boons instead?
Still not what I want. I guess we'll take the cast. Oh dear. Damn, not enough damage on this. I guess we've not got any damage on either of our things so far, so makes sense. But
Thank the gods.
slow start, and now we're buffing up a boon that we don't even really want. I do kind of want to go to Chaos, but I want to get an Artemis, ideally on the special, really. If not, we'll go for something else on the special. Maybe we'll take Artemis on the attack if that's what we go off it again. Not too fussy. Just feels like it would be a nice thing to have. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I mean, like, we've now wrapped up, I think all... I don't know if there are any... I think those are the only 3 romanceable people. And, yeah, great. Very satisfying endings to all 3, I think. Like, I think the way they handle the relationships is pretty good. I think it's probably one of one of my favorite things about it in terms of the way that they handle it in the writing. Like, I think the writing is good, but it, you know, sometimes they can be a little hit or miss on their resolutions for stuff. I think those 3 all feel like they resolve in a very satisfying way, and that's good.
For the mirror.
Right. Where are we going here? I'll take some Aphrodite. Ah. Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's grab ourselves some Aphrodite boons. I'd love to get the attack here. That'd be a nice thing to go with.
You positively emanate with love. You must have grown quite close to many dear to you. Perhaps so you may do the same with me. I'm so delighted to have seen your spirit shine.
Ah. Oh, I wonder if she's talking about the fact that we've now romanced everyone. She's like, oh look, now you've had all these sweet romances. Man, I don't want any of these particularly. Passion Dash is okay, to be honest. I wouldn't mind Passion Dash.
Strength and beauty.
There we go. That must have been it. We must have needed to get all those relationships done. Of course, that's how Aphrodite unlocks her final relationship. See, look, it's quite a tight little spot you have to be in there to get that to work. Yeah, GG on backing everyone you can, exactly. But that's the thing, is sometimes, you know, not all relationships end with banging someone, which I like. I feel like a lot of video games, you know, it's all just building to the bang, you know, and I kind of like, you know, we got to bang Meg, we got to bang Thanatos, but they were both very different, you know. The thing with Meg was very spicy. The thing with Than was a lot softer, a lot more like traditionally romantic, I guess. And then the thing with Dusa was, you know, like a loving friendship in a way, which is also a nice thing to build to.
I'll just take that.
Dionysus or Ares? Dionysus for the call if we could get it, to be honest. We haven't seen Dionysus today anyway, so it'd be nice to just catch up with him, really. Chiron Bow is it's a very fun one to watch. It's an interesting, because it's so single target, it's an interesting weapon to play with. But it's very fun to just to watch happen. It's because of the way that the shots arc in on someone. It's a very satisfying weapon for sure. Perfect.
Zag, I heard that Orpheus, he found his missing bride. Why, isn't that the sweetest thing, isn't it, man? I'll drink to that, and I think so should you.
Okay. Attack, not the best. I'll take a premium vintage. Nice life gain. We get 25 life gain from that. And potentially more as we find more nectar. Which makes nectars very, very appealing, because obviously we get the bonus from leveling them up as well. We can also just use this as a spread shot, but I feel like it's not as good that way. Yeah. I've never really gotten into using the special as just the neutral special on the bow. Okay, it's quite difficult to use. Like, I know there's some things that let you get up close and kind of shotgun people with it. I feel like I've never really gotten too deep into that. But Chiron Bow is the only one where I feel like I use the special a lot.
All set.
Kinky, not allowed in polls. Are you trying to do favourite type of relationship? Kinky, romantic, or friendly? Best bang. You can do like a little heart with this, which is fun. If you shoot the thing and then you shoot away from you can get like a little heart going. Kind of cute. Come over here. There we go, little heart. Beautiful. Right, let's do this poll. Than, gentle lover, Meg, or Meg, kinky mistress. I kind of like them both. I'm a big fan of both. I'm not going to vote. I don't actually think I can vote. Or maybe I can. I'm not going to vote. I don't want to spoil it. But people should vote.
Could use a little fine tuning.
Relentless Volley, absolutely. For the Chiron Bow there.
Looks like a good spot.
Right, next one. Okay. A Knucklehead. Poll is still on. You may have to refresh to see it, depending. Hopefully you can see it, but I know sometimes it doesn't work. We could buy... I don't want to spend 53 coins on 15 thing, but I will get the Darkness. Yeah, polls are a little funky sometimes. You know, they don't show on mobile. I can see it on mobile, and weirdly, I can actually see it on Streamlabs, which I didn't expect to work, but apparently it does. Streamlabs seems to be quite comprehensive. Their chat, their like inbuilt chat feature is actually quite good.
Farewell.
Which fair play. It's kind of handy to have. Keys, we don't have any rerolls, right? So we should grab a reroll. Refresh, pay me our revenue. I just want you to see the poll, Frosty. I don't want you to miss out on a poll opportunity. No ulterior motives, definitely. See, look at this cool heart we can get. Look at that. Beautiful hearts. Look at that. What a sexy heart build. We're going to wait till the last second to vote. I mean, this isn't a vote that matters. It's an opinion vote, not a vote for what we're doing. So, do you feel kink shamed? How is the vote going? I'll just take the free health here. Don't have a ton of cash because we did spend some on some darkness. No kink shaming. Not today.
Hi, you three.
Oh, everyone's here. You're the only one to vote kinky. Well, now you've told us. Up the kink. It's nice that we have both, honestly. I think that's one of the nice things is that, and like, there's no expectation on people to provide a thing that they don't want, you know? Everyone gets to fulfill their own thing. No one feels left out. Everyone has a nice time. Look at that, a nice even split. And that's good, you know? Variety is the spice of life, as they say. Sometimes you want a bit of each. Sometimes you only want one. Sometimes you only want the other. Sometimes you like to be split down the middle. And that's okay. Whatever's is your fancy.
Don't mind me, Father.
We can probably sell the Passion Dash. I like it, but it's not all that.
Which one?
See if we can get an attack instead. I'll take a fishing point. Sure, we got a lot of spare cash.
So much for Tartarus. Check.
50% cool. There's Wayne. Character-wise, I really like them both. I think they're both handled very well. Like I say, I think the relationship writing has been actually some of the most satisfying writing in the game for me.
Just
all right. Station. Before we go into Asphodel, I don't have any water, so I'm gonna get some water because it's hot here, and you all should get some water too. We're gonna hydrate. I will pause because time on the run, just for time's sake. And I'll be back in just a minute. So have a nice time. Enjoy your emote only chat. Hopefully Kyle can do that. If not, I'll do it. But there we go. All right. Enjoy the emote only chat. I will be back in 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, I am back. Got a drink of water, went to the loo, hung the washing up. We're good to go. I like to think that Wayne is actually here and he's just trying to work out how to use an emote. But let's get back into it. Emote goes away. There it is. Very good. Very good. Alright, I got some water. Nice cool glass of water. You have no good ones? I mean, Twitch has a lot of good default ones. You've got yours, Wayne, and you have the Y2Ken Love. The delightful Y2Ken Love.
And furthermore, I think you can do this rather quick. Now go.
Carl's running out. He's not getting enough gift subs. I always like to see Evil Lyn. You always throw... I should have done a gun run, then you could have used the Evil Lyn gun emote. More dashes? Sure. I actually don't like more dashes as much on the bow, but it's still good as an evasive tool. It doesn't feel quite as good because I like to do a single dash and fire. My bow tip is I generally like to use dash attacks. Once you get used to the timing on them, they're a lot faster to come out. They're a little bit weaker, but they charge so much faster. But they're just, they're very efficient. And also, like, obviously, by sliding around a lot, you can avoid a lot of attacks. Get yourself out of a lot of trouble. You know, preferred playstyle, but that's my personal preferred playstyle. Stream play up for Kyle. That's I'm sorry to hear that, Kyle. I hope it rectifies itself ASAP. We're actually doing okay for money, but we'll get another shop later, so switching to mobile again. Alright, no worries.
Who's next?
Big S for Kyle, everyone. Lovely.
The power of the gods.
Big buff to the special damage, which is always very welcome. Come on, let's get that Aphrodite attack. That's what we want here. That's the good stuff. Same Wi-Fi connected. Don't know why your laptop's on my Twitch. It is weird.
You two ready for me then?
Meg, help.
What a mess.
Thanks.
There we go. Beautiful. Oh, and now we can gift Aphrodite. Let's do it.
My lady Aphrodite.
I think we're getting there.
Once more, you've
We've done a
graced me
few
with
of
your
them now.
presence and
This
your
is good.
favor, which inspire the best from me.
We're
With
actually
this
starting to
modesty
unlock the
have
gods
you
at
signify
last.
I am forever in your debt.
To refresh Twitch a lot on your laptop. Interesting. Usually my desktop's okay. But it's wired in, so that probably does help a little bit. I feel like on my phone I will get buffering a little bit more often, just as I go around the house.
My little godling. I'd say you've honored me more times than I
But
can
Twitch has been
count.
funky for the
That would be
last
a lie now,
last few
wouldn't
weeks
it?
anyway.
I so admire your devotion and your perseverance. If ever you do reach us on Olympus, I should very much enjoy getting to know you even better then.
Well.
In the name of Hades.
Bond forged with Aphrodite. And now we get the attack. It's only a rare. But hey. We'll make do. Beautiful. I do like there's just a little bed in this room. Right next to all the cooking stuff. What a lovely time. I always like to hear them sing a little bit.
Guess what we've been up to lately, hon? Now, if you'll excuse us.
Excuse me? Right, okay, you know what? I'm very happy for you both. Only 3 things, because we only have the 3 boons. You can't level up Hermes boons.
Farewell, Your Majesty.
But that's fine. We need to make sure we pick up a couple more boons if we can, because we do not want to sell those, really. It's weird. I probably would have sold the cast, but we got that level up on it early on, and that made me less inclined to sell it. Oh yeah, now we're getting some damage going. Single target burst. What it's all about. It's interesting. I feel like the hit didn't do damage there, but it did lock on to the bomber, which was good.
Me again.
Interesting. Shop. We should get at least a boon from the shop. Whereas Artemis, we guarantee a boon, obviously. But we're probably going to have to sell it. Go to the shop. I guess if we know we're going to sell the boon anyway, maybe it's better just to get the free one. But we're able to buy a couple of things here, which is nice.
Business.
Epic Frozen Touch is nice. Solid boon, and then if we sell it, we get a lot for it. That's okay. I'm not going to buy 105. Well, actually, how many gems is it for 105? 20 gems? Nah. Thanks for the offer, Karen, but I'll pass for now.
How was the magma temperature lately, Lernie?
Alright, back to Lernie. Here we are. You already know what it is. A little bit of damage there, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Just if you can kill a couple of them quickly, then you make yourself a little bit of space to work with, which is always nice. Grab that little bloodstone. Do another cast. Go. And there we are. Single target damage, very good against the single target bosses, which is nice. I love the way he's on his knee when he finishes. It's very good.
It's beautiful.
Okay. So far, so good. Taking a bit of damage, but feeling right with how Chiron's going.
That Hydra had a family.
Of course, it doesn't have any of the ones we want to sell. I think we do the reroll here. I really don't want to sell any of these.
What else we got?
Oh, it's the same 3. Oh, it's actually not. It's the attack as well. I might sell Greatest Reflex here. It pains me to do so, but... What if we got a better attack, though? The attack is not our main source of damage. Let's do it. Let's give it a go. A little bit of a gamble. But we can make it happen. What do we take, though? Is an interesting question. I guess we should try and level up Ares a bit more. We do want to see Ares as well, because I think we've got the 10,000 kills. So it would be nice to see him and potentially get something from him. Let's also get another fishing point. Always nice to have a fishing point.
Good.
Get more of those. That's basically free resources as long as you catch the fish, which we usually manage to do okay.
Everything's so green. Got a bite. A beautiful sea mare.
There we go. A beautiful sea mare. Our stuff is pretty upgraded. I don't think we want bombs at this point. Obviously, we do, you know, as I was saying before, losing Aphrodite does kind of hurt because it means that you don't have the damage reduction. So you do have to be a little bit careful of that. And her flat damage is very strong, but our damage is coming from our specials rather than from the main attack, so it's not too much of a problem. Also, weak, just a nice status curse to apply. You know, enemies have it for like 4 seconds. It's pretty reliable to apply. A nice solid one to have.
In the name of Hades.
50% quick recovery is pretty good. If we do have to sell it, that's fine. Again, don't really want Poms, and we do have the Ares, so let's speak to Ares and see how it goes. There we go.
My
That's
reward.
clean. Oh, we filled up the blood-filled vial.
Have fallen to you now, my hellborn kin. I am rather beside myself.
There we
I must
go.
admit. Fine work.
Perfect. Is that his level up, or is that just a bonus little spicy bonus? Doom on the attack is okay, I guess. I guess it actually kind of works because we're doing a single shot and then we're using our thing. Let's try it out.
Kill or be killed.
And we fulfilled that prophecy. I think is just the prophecy that we had for killing 10,000 things and speaking to Ares afterwards. Interesting that we got that so early, given that, you know, it kind of functions as you know, we killed 20,000 things by that point. So it's interesting that we got it as late as we did. I think you can actually hit them as their shield goes up, which is kind of a fun touch, but... There we go.
Should get this bow back into
Explosive shot, perfect shot, change. I like explosive shot, but the charge is so slow. Chain shot's a weird one for Chiron because I think the target goes on the last thing you hit, which makes it a little weird to angle. So we'll take the perfect shot.
My bow grows stronger.
Makes perfect shot a little better, which is reasonably easy to hit anyway when you're doing the dash attack, so we'll take this as well, and maybe we'll take the healing because we are a little low. Infernal Trove not too worried about. There's our boy Asterius. Always good to see him.
You down or run you through? Your choice, short one.
However, I really like the start of this Asterius music. It's very Doom. Very E1M1, that just that first line of the music. It's interesting, we do have the power shot, but it doesn't actually affect us that much because we have Doom, which is obviously not amplifying our hit damage. Makes it a little bit worse, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll make do. Trying to guide him into the walls is quite interesting. It was a little bit awkward. It's awkward just standing in his way there.
See you soon.
Giving him the
Olympus, I accept this message.
Billy Big Bollocks. Hangover Dash, not a huge fan of that. I do love Dionysus 8, as well established. Probably the best call in the game. Make a case for Zeus as well. Zeus is better at AoE damage. But just the pure burn damage you get on Dionysus is great on mobs. Just get in amongst them and melt them all down. Great on bosses, especially on Hades. Can't go wrong. It's an absolute smasher of a boon, of a call. Do a tier list video. I could do if people want to. If people want to see a tier list, I could do it. I mean, I guess it like I've seen people do God's tier list, and I think the thing is like it's fairly straightforward because I feel like, but you do all the skills maybe, but I feel like that becomes a long video at that point. I've watched tier list videos out of interest just to see what, because people don't agree on this stuff, because obviously it really depends on your playstyle. But I find it interesting to see what people like and don't like. You know, obviously some people are very, very adamant about something like Ares, which I think Ares takes more work to get off the ground. So I think if you want consistency, you're better off with Aphrodite, you're better off with Athena, that are just reliable. You get what you want out of the perks basically straight away. Whereas Ares has some really powerful abilities if you stack them up, especially like the Ares, the blades, the ones on the dash and the ones that you throw on the cast are both super strong.
Better blessing.
But they're not as good if you don't get the things to buff them up like hunting blades.
Whatever happened with that war you mentioned, sir? If you don't mind my asking.
Well, truth be told here, stranger, I do mind. You speak as one who's not experienced a war. Those of us who survived, or you know what I mean, we do bear some responsibility to history. But all the same, it's not a time and place to which I would return. I trust you'll understand.
Of course, Patroclus. Well, thank you for answering at least. Cheeky extra reroll? Why not? Always nice to have going into the latter areas. Oh, there's a lot of armoured guys in here, a lot of armoured archers. This is very scary. There's one of those rooms where I wish we still had... oh, we do still have our dashes. I was going to say we didn't sell our dashes in the end, did we? We sold the attack. Because I was worried about a room like this specifically. Thankfully, Dionysus is coming through in the clutch. Also, this is a nice one, I think, because it hits a lot, so it builds up cool energy very quickly, which is nice. Always very welcome. we go.
They're finished.
I mean, I kind of want darkness. I know we get the coin, but the darkness is just nice to get. Like, it's nice to build up a bit more of that. And get some of these meta upgrades. And not to say we can't use the gems, because there's loads of stuff to buy in the house. I know Martin, Kenneth Second was saying we felt like we didn't have enough useless trinkets around the house. I'm not one for real clutter. I think the thing is, I make enough clutter naturally myself that I don't like to add clutter to the house unnecessarily, because I know that I already kind of let things get messy sometimes. So I try not to make things too messy intentionally. I would take the health as priority here, I think.
Should help keep
And we
going.
can actually afford the other one as well, so that's good. I didn't do the maths there. I couldn't be bothered. I was like, I know I want the health. If I can afford the other one, I'll buy it. We could do a reroll here. I don't think any of these are bad. I actually kind of like Mistral Dash, because it's a nice way for us to get...
I see.
where he weighs his laundry. So it's not about weight, it's about number. That actually, I use the dial on the front. There's 14 notches on the dial, right? This is some Ken lore. There's 14 notches on the washer dial. So you put t-shirt in, you put some underwear in, put some socks in, and then you turn the notch. Once you've gone all the way around, there's 14 things. That's the perfect amount to fill up the clothes area. Highly calculated. Like Harry Potter, the boy who weighed his laundry. This is nice because we get privilege status from Doom. Doesn't actually last very often, but it doesn't last very long. But it lasts long enough for our things to hit, which is just long enough that we need. I'm taking a bit of damage here. I should be careful. We're definitely melting him down. No.
We shall prevail for you in the stands.
Yes, is it more than more effort than you should probably put into it, or more thought than you should put into doing the washing? Maybe, I don't know. But I like precision. I love it. I'm a big fan.
Goddess Athena, I need your aid now.
There we go. Finish him off. Clean.
Who's champion now?
Took a bit of damage there, but
Was not about to let you down, my shade.
feel like we did okay. 69 health. Nice.
Go on and try.
Wayne started playing Alt F4. It is a nightmare. It's fun. It is. I don't know if I would call it a Wayne game. They call it Alt F4 for a reason, is what I will say. I've seen Fizzy play it a lot. I do like that you saw Scruffles was playing and you're like, well, I've got to try this out now. Also, the music. The music is really something. It's got a few tracks in it. I think if you you can like throw something at the orchestra and they play a different tune, and they're all nightmares, but I love them. Yeah, it's very cheap. It is. it is a real thing.
Wash away my boons.
Gosh, this is actually a difficult choice. I've come to like the Doom. I think we probably could get something better, but
Could use the extra coin.
Kyle makes a very good point. 600 games that are only a quid each
Should
aren't
be
cheap.
useful.
Right, what are we taking into the final area here? Take Demeter, try and rank this. It's the last God Keepsake we haven't ranked up.
That was Elysium. Good.
I do like Alt F4. I don't know if I would... I feel like I said, like I enjoy doing the platforming challenges. If someone's selling 600 games for 600 quid, I'll buy that.
Which time?
I mean, when you say it like, when you say it like that, it's like, that's not a bad deal. That's actually not a bad deal. 600 games, that's not a bad deal. Think how many games, think how long you, that's potentially, like 600 games, that's like 10 streams you could do, Wayne, before you had to find some new games. Like, that's good value. You can't go wrong there. Yeah, I like the platforming challenges in the Golden Saucer, but I already have to do them more often than I would like. So an entire game of that, I don't think I really want. Like, I feel like that's almost the only... I see that gate, like, 80% of the time they come up, and there's other ones in there that are quite fun.
Another one of those especially gigantic vermin.
Yeah, have to. As in, like, I want to do the gates, because they're good rewards. But that's the one that comes up when I'm online, like, 80% of the time. And like the alternative would be to wait around for others, or just, I mean, even if I was going to wait for another one, you might as well do it. It's free currency, you know. Well, not free. It takes a moment, but it's easy currency, and I do enjoy it. I wish it wasn't. I wish it didn't come up as often as it did, because I prefer like to do different ones and have more variety. Rather than just having the same one over and over. You know, there's like 4 different versions of it, but you know, it's all jumping on stuff. Also, I have to concentrate a bit more for that one than some of the others. So, and casual Final Fantasy stuff is stuff I like to do while I'm watching streams or while I'm listening to a podcast. You know, so don't necessarily pay as much attention. Or I don't have as much focus with the game. It's interesting, I was doing some quests today, and I tweeted about this. But one of the things I actually really like about Final Fantasy, and this is like, I think other MMOs do this as well, it's not necessarily explicitly a Final Fantasy 14 thing, but the fact that you can, and again, this is, I said it in my tweet, but this is more of a keyboard and mouse thing. I think on controller it's a little different, but on keyboard and mouse, you can pull up menus and it doesn't interrupt the combat. So like, I can be fighting something and I can pull up a menu, and like, I was fighting and I was like, oh, I wonder what level Kyle's archer is at. And so I was able to pull it up and go through the friend list and look through the menus and look at Kyle's archer and check his class levels.
Great, it's you, Zagreus.
And
Here, let me offer you some fine new boons, as
I was
well
able to
as
do that
Lord
while still
Dionysus
fighting
here,
stuff
who I'm sure
and
would
doing
love to
levy
talk your
quests.
ear off just as much as mine.
Like, it doesn't interrupt your ability to engage in combat. Stalking you mid-combat, exactly. Well, because I was leveling up a little bit, and I was like, well, I want to make sure I'm around the same level as Kyle is.
Nasty stuff like that. What can you do, though, right?
Oh, yes.
Splitting Headache. Hangover afflicts foes are more likely to take critical damage. Pretty solid, because we are going to use the critical. I don't love either of these others, so let's take it. Why not? I don't think it's incredible because we don't have Hangover on our standard attacks, but we are probably going to use the special a fair bit. They keep saying they'll put it on Xbox, but they do keep saying they'll put it on Xbox. I hope they do. It is now the most successful MMO, so. Ken Stalk. I was looking up what level he was while I was playing. I was just, I was talking about how the I like the fact that the menu system, like, because you can use the menus and I can still keep hitting like my different attack buttons, and I think also because the global cooldown's a bit longer than like World of Warcraft, it means you don't hit skills quite as quickly, and like during more complex encounters you do, because there are skills you use between the cooldowns, like there are interim skills that you use between like the main ones in your rotation. But in like casual combat, where you're not using some of those other skills, you have enough time to just click through menus between attacks. These my chunky duck stalks you. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about the chunky. Everyone loves my chunky duck. Bedtime for Danny. Good night, Danny. Sleep well. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you have a nice evening. Hope you sleep well. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. What is happening tomorrow, I guess, is the question, because Kensai Second not streaming this week, if I'm correct. Oh yeah, that's true, yeah. It is neither... Frosty is not a duck or a chicken. It is a chocobo, please. Have some respect for the chocobo. They don't have chickens and ducks. Actually, I think they do have chickens and ducks in Final Fantasy. But they also have chocobo. Has the butt scoot. I love the butt scoot though. It's very satisfying. Oh, the 69 crits. That's what it's all about. Oh, that's so good. All our crits are 69. That's amazing. I love it.
I bet Charon's
very
going to
nice.
want all this. Maybe I should check the other passageways before I leave.
Wait, did we get it there? Oh, maybe we already had it. I think maybe we already did it, and I just did another passageway just for the sake of it. I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy thinking about chocobos.
Palmed up.
Palmed up. 10-minute stream to show the fun stuff. You mean just dancing and me? What's the thing? What's that emote I really like? That you sense something is amiss with Mr. Biscuits. I don't mind you calling it a chunky duck, but Martin seemed. Mine seemed.
I can go.
I'm not going to say upset is the wrong word, but he seemed mildly put out that you didn't know what a chocobo was. He's a much more of a Final Fantasy. I mean, I like Final Fantasy, but I feel like
catch your breath if necessary.
Martin,
and then let us see if you shall earn
Scott,
your bonus
and
for this day.
Connor, and to an extent Danny, but certainly I think of Martin, Scott, and Connor as the Final Fantasy people. There you go. Flash! Ah! Savior of the universe! How would you know? They're a very iconic thing. I appreciate if you've not played Final Fantasy, you wouldn't necessarily know. But they are maybe the, like, I think those and Moogles are maybe the most iconic Final Fantasy things that, like, kind of infested popular culture. Like, even people who don't play them often know about them just because they're very well known. And not to say that you know, there's nothing wrong with not knowing what they are, but
On my authority as Lord of Death, await
you know, we all have to learn sometime. There's nothing wrong with that. But now you know. And also, Chonky Chocobo is like an even more fun thing to say. It's actually a little bit dangerous. You've got a lot of guys here. I also let a guy respawn. I need to pay attention. Right. Enough Chocobo talk. That's what I'm saying. You can't take it for granted. You have to pay attention during the Hades fight. He's always dangerous.
I'm afraid not. Darkness.
Cactuar 2, the Monsanto World thing.
Kick and scream all you like.
What do chocobos do? I mean, they're animals. They're most commonly ridden. People keep them as pets, but people ride them. They're kind of like horses, I guess, the horse equivalent for Final Fantasy, or like a goat equivalent, depending on what you want to ride. Does the HP bar flash when low? Possibly?
You can't kill me.
Come on.
Oh, I dashed into that. That's no good. You think you own a race chicken duck now? You just wanted that thing that said bug lover or bug boy, right? There's a title that's bug boy, I think. It's like calling a palico a cat's just rude. That's true.
I failed you.
You can say it's like a chonky chicken and duck.
How?
But you know, you got to respect the terminology. It's like calling an Asari a little bird raptor man. Oh, sorry, not an Asari. That is rude. That would be rude. It's like calling a Turian a little bird raptor. You know, like, oh, alright, Garrus, you little bird raptor. So it's just, you know, call him a Turian. It's a Turian.
There is no.
And also, palicos are not cats, because cats are a different thing.
Goodbye, Father.
They're cat-like. They are feline.
In the name of someone very sore right now.
You do. That's true. You do call them bird raptors, but you wouldn't call that to their face. That'd be rude. Maybe there's a bigger issue here. Relentless volley is the thing. Power shot was okay. I feel like that wasn't really the main thing. Deadly flourish. And splitting headache. You can't remember names. Well, I mean, you learned all the other. You learned bird and raptor and duck and chicken. You know, it's just a few more names to learn. You'll get there one day. There we go. Perfect.
Blood.
So complicated as
I don't expect you to know them immediately, but you know, you pick them up over time.
That surface walking Zagreus, on this particular occasion, sadly zigs instead of zags.
Shaming my bad
plummeting
memory.
from off a precipice into most familiar waters.
play Overwatch. Winston's not even a monkey. He's a scientist. That's why they call him scientist.
Showed you that time, Father.
But yeah, like I say, like it's fine if you don't know it immediately. It's fine if it takes a while to learn. But you know, much like you learn the names of sheep and goats and pigs and chickens, you know, you can, you know, over time you're like, okay, this is a chocobo, this is a palico.
I was just resting my eyes. You won't tell anybody, right?
Eventually they stick in your head, you know. So I know I have an easier time remembering other people, but you can always ask. Wolldog and horny Wolldog. I don't like horny Wolldog.
He's done it, Cerberus. Your infamy throughout Elysium has only grown.
You don't know any sheep by their first names? I don't know any chocobo by their first names either. Some palico, maybe. And obviously the Turians.
If I don't pet your other heads, don't bite my arm off. Deal?
But that's a different thing. I mean, I feel like
The dog has enough troubles of his own.
Frosty knows one sheep's name. Well, there you go. There's a start.
Cerberus is on.
I was talking about one of a while ago. Spoke about one of my friends who had two sheep. Sorry, not sheeps. Who had two sheep, and I don't think I ever knew their names. But we did play football with one of them, which was fun. Which I've talked about before.
I paid for it. I can mess with it.
Just go up and jiggle it. Very satisfying. You know an alpaca called Dolly?
How is he anyway, if you've encountered him of late during your journeys, lad? The fallen warrior you've run into in Elysium, that is.
First clone sheep was Dolly.
He's doing relatively well, I think. There's a lot you've told me that he didn't know about what led up to his present circumstances and your own.
You told him then, without requesting my consent to tell him first. What exactly did you say to him?
Okay. Alright, Achilles.
Achilles, I'm sorry. I just told him about your ashes being intermingled, that whole thing, and about the pact. You told me once to send him your love and regards. This brought him no joy, only questions. You told me not to speak to Father, not to him.
You're right, I should have specified. Or shouldn't have. Because what you said probably is for the best. I didn't mean to lose my temper with you, lad. It's just... Look, thank you for looking out for him. For both of us.
Aww.
Just please be careful.
I will do, Achilles. Don't worry.
I swear I will.
Kyle's making a joke because I said once again Kyle's joke is missed by the chat, but Kyle's making a joke because I said I played football with a sheep, and so Kyle is insinuating that I used the sheep as a football. Frosty had a pet chicken that was eaten by a snake. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a real wild story. Frosty, do you know a lot of dead animals? Yes, unfortunately. I mean, look. We're all, you know, adults. And like, most animals don't live as long as we do. You know, even if you take out unnatural causes, most animals don't live as long as humans. And so, if you know animals, unfortunately, the longer you live, the more animals you're likely to, more animals are likely to pass away that you know. You know.
By the way,
It's one of those sad things with life.
The ambrosia that you gave me, rather than hold on to it indefinitely, I decided recently to sample it. Your father's claims about its flavor are quite false. I have never tasted anything like it.
Nix enjoyed the ambrosia.
So glad you liked it, Nix. And good timing too, because I have for you another bottle here. They say each one is different in its own respect. And besides, the pleasures of Olympus should be shared. Please take it, won't you?
Your grandparents have a farm? That explains why you know a lot of animals, for sure. That's what, yeah, the animals go to the farm. Well, they don't go to Frosty's farm. They go to the farm upstate, which is not Frosty's. It's a different one. That they go to when they're old.
You are persuasive like your mother and determined like your father, child. But if you so insist, then I shall not deny myself.
No, not the
simple
dangerous one. That's why they go
pleasures
to a
of this
different
drink.
one, because Frosty's
So
farm is
rare
quite.
is the occasion
Frosty's
for it
grandparents'
here.
farm is quite dangerous. Persuasive like Persephone and determined like Hades. You know, don't drink it all at once, Nyx, but whenever you want.
That's quite all right. It never spoils, and you have all the time in the world.
So yeah, they go to a safe farm upstate.
What is it, child? I sense that your concern's of a different nature than it usually is. Yet it is veiled to me somehow.
Oh, it's just... Please don't take this the wrong way, Nyx, but I was worried you were being rather harsh to Dusa. You asked her not to speak to me at all?
No farms are safe. The one upstate is safe.
I asked she mind her own responsibilities. I fear she forgets herself in this house. Though you have an informal heir, you are the prince, the only son of the Lord Hades, fate-appointed master of this realm. You shall have the company of gods, not severed gorgon heads.
Oh, come on, Nyx. Let's have a bit of, you know. I know she's an employee, but you know, she works hard. She's one of us.
If I'm so important, shouldn't I be the one to choose whom I get to interact with around here?
You do not fully know your place, my child. The gorgon head most certainly does not know hers. Please focus on your task at hand and leave her be.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, Frosty's very... Frosty's like, no farms are safe. Not even the one upstate. Like, it's a special
Head
farm.
chef is on the
I
board.
say it's upstate, you know? No humans can go there.
Oh, hi.
It's not interstate, it's upstate.
Hey, Zacharias, I wanted to talk to you again. What I mean is, I just hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Well, not at all, Dusa.
Because if I did, you'd let me know, wouldn't you?
If anything, I'm just glad we know where we stand.
Dusa, please. Remember friends for all eternity? It's a
I
long
do like
time,
the
so there's
the
no
finger
need for
thing with you.
second-guessing. I'm glad we
Pinky
had a chance
promise,
to talk.
but I don't think that works. We do like a... What's like a pinky promise? Like a snake shake? Snake shake on it?
Oh, well, good. That's a relief to hear, but one last thing so I can clear my conscience of it. I've saved all the ambrosia that you gave me, and I figured since I didn't realize, you know, the way you felt, I can be a little dense. I have it here, and I would like to give it back. Is that okay?
Take back the ambrosia. She won't mind. I like the do we take back the ambrosia? She wants to give it back. But also, I don't mind her having it. You know, we gave it to her as a friendly thing. Doesn't have to be anything weird. I guess we could decline and just say like, hey, just, you know, do what you want with it. Give it to the house. I don't want to be rude to her. It's a tough choice. A baffler. I'm gonna tell her to keep it and then pass it on to other people.
Hey now, there's no need to do anything rash like that. That ambrosia was my gift to you and it was unconditional. Just try the stuff and see. They say the purer the act of giving, the better
Yeah,
it
if you
is.
don't want it, you can use it for the
Won't you
lounge.
keep it? If not for yourself, then for the lounge?
Alright. I had to ask, so thanks again. Just wanted to make sure. I hope we can enjoy it at the lounge sometime.
You declined?
I'd better go
Yeah,
put
I
it
mean, I
away.
think that's the thing to do.
Drink
I
it. Store it for safekeeping now.
I do like that they tell you. They're like, hey, she won't mind if you take it back. But
Some water-dwelling beast for you, good chef.
I feel like it's like, look, you know, sometimes you go to your friend's house and you take them something that they don't really, that, you know, isn't really their thing. Like maybe you take a bottle of wine round, and they're not a big red wine person, but you take it there and they're like, look, it's okay, look, just keep it. It's fine if you don't want it, then you can give it to someone else as a gift, or keep it in the house. Maybe someone will come around who likes red wine, and then they can have it.
What's in stock?
You know, I'll take a diamond, sure.
Gems.
And
fair and square. It's Ambrosio to pay for that.
do a bit of a trade there. Get a few more Titan blood, so we can do some more upgrades. BRB. I mean, we're not going to be going too much longer, but we'll chat to Persephone here.
Tell me something, Zagreus. Sometimes I fear. Do you hate him? I mean your father. Regardless of his intentions. It sounds as though he made your life extraordinarily difficult. All his pent-up fear and anger. You bore the brunt of it.
I feel like we've really gotten a lot of places today. We've had, you know, heart-to-hearts with Nyx and Dusa and Thanatos, and now like talking to our mum about Hades, and we're really kind of progressing the Achilles Patroclus thing. It's been a very lore-heavy day, which is good.
Do I hate him? Mother, I don't know that I hate anybody, really. The tales of him and the Olympians rending their immortal Titan parents to bits. I can't relate to how they must have felt. But I resented him for sure, and I don't know if I'll ever get over that entirely.
I understand. I think that when Hades told you he asked no forgiveness, he understood as well and meant it. Well, for all his failings, I'm thankful that he did not teach you how to hate. For your own sake, if not for his.
Sometimes I think he tried.
Alright. Well, we'll of course go to a room. On the whole, that could have been worse. Died in a shipwreck. Okay, we did finish up the Ares thing, which is good. War God's Bloodlust.
This one's for you, ever bloodthirsty god of war.
Boom. 2865 we've done now. I think we're getting pretty close. It feels like we must not have too much more to do to satisfy. We've already gotten the Olympian gods. We haven't unlocked Zeus yet. We've done Poseidon, we've done Athena, we've done Aphrodite. Not done Artemis or Ares. We have done Dionysus. So only a few more to go. Not actually too many more now. Which is good. Zeus, Artemis, Ares, Hermes, and Demeter. So we're about halfway done. And I feel like we're starting to see more and more of them, so hopefully the others pop up soon as well. We're going to have to make sure we use the other gods. It's interesting, I feel like the gods we've done are oftentimes some of the ones that we don't use as much. Or the ones that because I've started trying to use the gods that I don't use as often, which means I've ended up using a lot of gods that we might have already, you know, done in the past. Like in the past, I was using loads of Zeus and Aphrodite and Athena and Artemis, and I feel like I've been using a lot more of the others just to use them, just so we have a bit of variety. But now we need to maybe go back to some of the ones we've used before, kind of toy around with that. But that's going to do us for today. Thank you everyone for coming along. It's been a pleasure and a delight as always. I hope you've had a nice time. I certainly have. We've spoken to Than. You know, we've had a special moment with him. We had a lovely time with Dusa. Kind of affirmed our feelings for each other. We've talked to Nyx about Dusa. We've talked to our mum about Hades. It's been a lot, and that's gonna do it for today. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we can put in the lounge. I feel like all this stuff is either stuff I'm not interested in or it's very expensive. Not really a great deal I'm entranced by at the moment, to be honest. Excuse me. I guess we could put a... Should we put a revolving sphere in the lounge? Let's do it.
If some big light refracting orb won't fill the lounge with revelry, I don't know what will.
Blood and darkness, what have you done now?
Oh yeah. Alright. Now we're getting sexy. Look at this.
Not as comfy as it looks.
Perfect. Alright. Well, thank you everyone for coming out. It's been a pleasure as always. That's going to do it for today. As I say all the time, thank you very much, by the way, to Scruffles Bear for the raid, and to Scruffles and Clacky Clacky for the follows. Very kind of you both. Have a lovely evening. As always, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay healthy, eat well, sleep well, all that good stuff. Take care of yourself, take care of others as well. I've been Ken, this has been Hades, you've all been delightful. And I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, take care. Cheers!